well-established potential from what they've already displayed. So if they're able to connect that together, it's going to look really strong as well. And I think that this entire region sort of follows basically that storyline of we don't really know how these players are going to gel together. Because I look at these rosters across Eastern Europe and I'm like, this is a terrifying team.
Yeah, and it feels like their support duo is one of those classic, sum is greater than the parts, right? Where
yes,
Tsuneko and Roger look way better together than they do individually. And maybe you could also, make the argument that other teams have a 4 and a 5 that are better individually, but don't look as good together. And they just enable each other so well. I think that was really shown on Bet Boom but like Nyx Assassin was such a popular hero back, pre-TI, during TI. And Roger's Nyx were just incredible. He's landing his 3-man impales, knows where he needs to be. Very good at kind of getting in behind enemy lines and scouting things out. And speaking of getting in behind enemy lines, we've got NaVi smoking all the way in behind Rebel's Lesh.
What's their first move here, though?
Yeah, what's your stun?
They already have soul assumption, so there's no grave shield. That's fine, obviously for the lane. I don't know. So
Poison touch
walks up here.
There's no rune up there though. They're just gonna just guard that top rune spot. It looks like maybe filter back to guard both of the top ones. And it does look like DarkSide are moving into position themselves. DK Fogas, Roger. And you're gonna come in for an attack onto Sweden Strong. Got 2 blink strikes on Ricky. Again, he's just such a slippery hero.
Ancient killers.
And they'll just trade out the bounties, it looks like. Both bot going the way of DarkSide and NaVi. Gonna grab their own ones. And V-Tune, what's he got going? He's rushing into the Falcon Blade. Drow Ranger, one of his specialties, one of his signature heroes the past year or so, it feels like. Before anybody else was playing it, he was spamming it even during the quals for TI.
Yeah, he's got to get some more. I mean, that was like a common criticism, I feel like, for V-Tune, was that he would not have the biggest hero pool. And maybe had to expand that out a little bit. I feel like he was like a PL, Lifestealer, Ursa player. I feel like those are like the heroes where I was like, all right, V2 looks sick. I definitely wasn't known for his ranged heroes, that's for sure. And that is something that has proven to be perhaps the best thing you can do since TI, and at TI was this like double ranged core combo. Having these right now we're seeing Lenas and snipers sometimes, like Lena 1, sniper mid. In this case, we're gonna have ourselves the Drow safe lane and then this Dazzle mid.
Yeah, Dazzle mid. We've seen this hero kind of jump around from role to role, 5, bit of 4. We've seen 3 Dazzle, a year and a half ago. I know South America at least was playing a lot of that. What is this mid Dazzle going to bring you? Is he going to be buying healing aura items, or is it the pub Dazzle with a Desolator and stuff like that? Witchblade?
Yeah, there's definitely options here. I mean, my favorite build was definitely the Helm of the Dominator, and I always wondered if we get like a Helm of the Overlord style Dazzle, because you could attack to keep the buff going.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to go for that style. Right now, there isn't anything that actually counters the Helm of the Overlord in this game, like purely, other than Sven hitting hard. But
Frostbite a little bit.
yeah, it depends on the creep. That's true.
Yeah. Well, that can be annoying, but yeah, I wouldn't call it a counter. I think you're right.
But I think the auras and stuff are probably more valuable. I definitely think the Helm of the Overlord could work in pubs though. I feel like someone should try that. I feel like that'd be fun.
Yeah, because then you also have this bad juju, good juju, right? With the item refresh for the Zaghanim Scepter. And
yeah, so you kind of have to build around that.
Oh, Tsuneko. Yeah, smoke screen's down and the Crystal Maiden falls. First blood for the Ricky, and they're going to go on Ramses as well. I mean, Laze is pumping out these soul assumptions. Does have a couple of mangoes and 1 charges. Ramsey's close to death, but he's back behind his tower. He'll be fine. Survive for a little bit, but not looking particularly good in that bottom lane. Even though Ramses is top of the CS, they are struggling.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden's a really interesting support. She's definitely I feel like most support players, one of their favorite ones to play, because maybe you start playing Dota and you gravitate towards her because she's got these big spells, and then later on you kind of come back to her because you see the value in securing range creeps and everything that you have from your double spells. But she can, even in the same lane, I feel like I can feel really powerful and really weak at the same time, because she really struggles with the shift of momentum. It makes me think of a hockey game, because hockey's so interesting.
Here we go,
guys. You're all about to get hockey pilled from the Canadian.
Oh, hell yeah.
So hockey's unlike every other sport in the world because of the momentum provided by skates, okay? It's very hard, right? Once it gets going, you can't match that momentum anything else with running or anything, right? That's why skates are crazy. You're playing on the ice, the physics, okay? Crystal Maiden, she is thematically from the ice, and Valve know this, and so that's why they've made her thematically like hockey in the lane, because she has great forward momentum, but the second that it turns and she's put on the 0, that speed, that 280 move speed, it burns you, because you feel really powerful, but you can't, she doesn't skate backwards very well, you know? So that's very logical, and you're welcome, everyone.
Wow, I didn't expect that. I was laughing and thinking, having a bit of fun. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. That makes a lot of sense. Makes me think of
Does it?
Yeah, it does. Like, if you think about it another way, like let's say there's a speeding car, right? There's a street racer going along, and it passes a police car. They've already got that built up speed, and there's very little chance that a police car can, like, you know, make up that momentum, catch up to the speed they're already at. So you've got this period of, you know, 5, 6, 7 seconds where you're ahead and you're accelerating and keeping going faster. And the cops are going to catch up, but they can't.
Oh, this is great. So you're advocating that people just speed faster if they don't want to get caught.
You got to go fast, yeah. Buy windlace, buy boots. 6 boots
I did
builds.
watch Tokyo Drift a long time ago, and I feel like that was a big part of it.
Interesting. Why is I'm still streaming, but the stream has gone down. Well, that's not
perfect.
No, it's good. No, we're good. Okay, it looks like we just had a small hiccup on Twitch's side, I guess. Because my OBS is like, everything's fine. I look at Twitch. There's no stream preview. Oh god, what's happening?
No, we're good.
No, we're fine. Exceptional. Oh yeah, it's the first time doing production knobs in a long time, Trent. I've got to say, I was not particularly looking forward to it, but it's kind of fun being back in the full driving seat where, you know, I'm like a I'm a astronaut pressing all the buttons again.
Melody's kind of like an astronaut in that clockwork suit here.
All right, zooming forward. TK Focus, can they slow him down for long enough with the frost arrows? Roger stops them in their tracks, make sure they can't chase. Goodness.
Well,
yeah,
this is looking great for the carries, though, as you can see. You know, V2 doing great. 28 has control of the wave right now, and down bottom Ramses. Yeah, sure, they gave up the 1 kill, but it's fine. Pole is connected by Seneko. Sweenstrong probably is going to grab it, unfortunately, though. Not much you can do about that. And I'd say that Ricky only getting 1 kill with the Orb of Venom and Boots build. I'm feeling kind of okay with that at this point, because that could easily snowball out of control.
Yeah, it felt with that first kill, the build-up of momentum here for NaVi would be too great, but yeah, Ramsey's doing perfectly fine thanks to Seneco's pullbacks. Vestige is going to be suffering on the last hit department now for a bit.
Everyone's coming mid, though, for the 6-minute run.
Yeah, Malady. Nice bushwhack. Roger just going to walk it back, though. Didn't have the help of the Lash, and Sweden Strong's going to snipe out the DD rune, take it away from him. Yeah, DarkSide. So far, so good. All across the board. 3 lanes, 3 cores, all farming very well.
And it feels like it's NaVi who definitely needs the good farm early, right? I think that that's always going to be a common concern for Drow in any lineup, but in particular this lineup where we're looking like at a fast-paced here, or a fast-paced route. Like we really don't want Drow to have to farm for too long. She's going to need that time in the jungle for sure, but the other 4 heroes, they're going to be quick across the map. They want to push down some towers on the earlier end and try and get that first Roche at a decent timing, I feel.
Because NaVi, they've got these 2 supports that are hungry for action. Sweden Strong, level 4. Clockwork, what is he? Closing in level 4. These 6s, very important for them to be able to scout out, get information, and teamfight initiations. I'm curious if they start bringing more heroes down bottom, like if Laze hits level 6 soon, which she probably will off this creep wave and a little bit more. They'll have those familiars to actually start shoving forward. But I'm still very curious to see what Nicky Cool does. Like, he's got pretty standard items, Arcane Boots, Bottle, lots of regen, so he can continue playing quickly. But like, where does he go? What's his move?
I think it's just Greaves eggs, and I think this is like kind of like a classic cheesy sort of Drow Visage style where he does Greaves, he gets eggs, and they just sort of group and take objectives, farm up a little bit, go to the next objective.
Do you want to say the D word? The death ball. I'll stop you there before you get any ideas.
It's a little bit. I think what's kind of cool is that you can build sort of whatever after that. I feel like it'll be Greaves eggs, and then, you know, if it was a good Lincoln's game, you could probably pop that for an ally, but doesn't really look that necessary. Maybe like some force, maybe not force, maybe like E-Blade or something for like the Sven and stuff. I think that you're going to have quite a few choices with this hero mid.
Oh, well, they see this coming. Radiant Obs Ward watches Sweden Strong as well as Nikki Cool, and they're stampeding out of top, it looks like. Got the moment of panic when you see Stampede and there's potential aggression bot lane. But no, it's just the Centaur resetting himself away from Malady and VTune. Ramsey's going to pop the God Strength bottom as well. He's going to shove out the wave. They've got a double creep wave arriving on the bottom tier 1. I can't really get in on top of Lays any further, but Sweden Strong has another Blink Strike to get back. And Ramsey's at half HP, diving this tier 1. Could be in a bit of danger now. Dazzle's arrived, but he's stuck a little too far behind the trees. Couldn't catch up, even with the Poison Touch.
I found the culprit here. According to Dota 2 Pro Tracker, our friends over there, as Malady is in trouble at the top rune and
he is
very much dead. Someone has played 15 matches of Dazzle in the past couple days. In the last 8 days, Mr. Thompson has played 15 matches. The next highest was Chu at 5.
Oh boy.
And as you can imagine, Thompson's been sending all of those right down mid. So I see Thompson playing it. Gork tried it. We got Cancel tried it mid.
Oh,
Everybody's
wow.
Giving it a go. Yeah, they're trying that here, and seems to be, let's see, we got Mech into Greaves, sometimes Force Staff, it's good, makes sense, and then Eggs, Octarine, yeah, it's going to be cheeky.
That's going to be a lot of sustain. Sweden Strong, I think he got the D ward. Close to death, though. Ramses could have popped a Mango, but yeah, another 5 seconds for the Stormhammer to come up, so the turnaround now from Na'Vi. Back onto Sineko, graving up the Ricky, getting the easy kill. A lot of poking down in the bottom lane, but they're still not committing to really hard shove the tier 1. But I guess they've kicked the Maiden out. Sven has left the lane, so it will be a bit of movement forward from Lays at least.
Yeah, it looks like this is their timing for sure. And of course, what are you going to do on the other side? You say, all right, well, if they're going to push that bottom tower, like we have a Centaur up top, they're going to go up, farm this triangle once, and then maybe just like smoking up top or just straight up push and take that tower with their Leshrac. Sineko's just like, yeah, go push top. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. I'll just chill mid here a little bit. No, Ramses is here.
And Rebel's incredibly rich after taking that triple ancient stack they built for him. They smoked him, they pulse novaed it down, and now nearly at 5,000 net worth. He's going to be closing in on that Bloodstone very quickly. It's like Ramsey's scanning off to the right-hand side of mid lane. He's like, oh, I'm going to push this creep wave and go back to the jungle. Somebody is stacking for me.
I'm not sure what happened with Navi's Tome. I'm guessing maybe the Tome went to Sweden Strong, and he's almost 6, and then now Malady still is not quite 6. Like, probably don't want to fight this anyway, but they don't really have a choice. If you don't have 6 on the clockwork, you point out during the draft, but their initiations are extremely weak, so whenever they decide they want to contest, they're going to need that. And Malady, yeah, that's not the guy you want walking blind up there. It's like,
oh, it's a Centaur.
Else, maybe I'll call some TPs in, but... that guy, no, I'm good.
Experience to gather in the top lane. I hit level 6. There we go. I did get that bottom tower. Lays closing in on that Vlad's as well. So it's gonna come to what, like 15 minutes in where they've stacked up all these auras. Drow will have a Force Staff and a Dragon Lance most likely.
I love that. I love this build. Falcon Blade into the Force Staff Dragon Lance. That's really perfect for how they want to play. I think that there's gonna be like 3 key moments of this game to me, and that'll be when we have this like first tier 2 push. I mean even maybe the tier 1 mid might be like a big defense, right? Because it looks like Na'Vi are gonna have to start pushing down and keep farming these heroes because they don't want to give too much space to this Sven to just farm up and become a little bit too big. And so when they go to approach these tier 1 towers, they have to watch out for the Stampede. It's pretty risky. They have to watch out for just like 2 or 3 heroes getting bushwhacked, which is really easy to happen to you when you're pressuring tier 1s. I feel like people tend to group up a little bit too much versus the Hoodwink, and then suddenly you just explode. Overall, though, I think their pacing looks good from Na'Vi. I'm a little concerned for DarkSide.
No? Let's get started.
Yeah, it's been pretty quick from them. Especially if they come now into this mid lane with, what, 3, 4 heroes? They're shoving Drow bottom, but they're protecting her just by having bodies in the mid lane, so you're drawing the attention of DarkSide all towards mid. And I'll put their Centaur up at front. He's 100 off the blink. Would love to get this creep wave, but it looks like Ramses has other ideas. Get the money in the hands of the Sven.
Oh yeah, look at Nikki farm these ancients too.
Tower, I'd put on a hard hat.
Just easy.
Oh, Sineko. Looking for the D ward. Melody's cog's getting in the way, it looks like.
They're giving so much space right now. They're kind of like running and chasing a little bit. Oh, Mallody's not even going to die for this?
And he dodges the sharpshooter.
Meanwhile, yeah, like Dazzle's still hitting Ancients. Drow was farming full like camps and now Wave down bottom. They're committing a lot of heroes. The only person who is totally free farming for them is Ramses right now. But all right, anyway, key moments. So Navi, first push on a tier 2 will be huge. The Roche will be massive, and probably just the tier 1 mid. I feel like those will be like the 3 moments where you're gonna look to fight as DarkSide. Right now, they're gonna try and get aggressive mid here, but
It's Blink
that first
Centaur.
jump, they're gonna. Oh yeah, it's blink time.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a
Smoke
thread.
breaks.
Oh no, not that guy.
I see the clockwork. He's still got a hookshot ready in the freezing field, trying to bring him down. It's cancelled down by Malady and Seneko. He's the only hero to fall. DarkSide needing to back up now. This could be a chance for Na'Vi to really shove it towards that mid-tier 1.
Great way to start this. It's a key moment for them because it's what eventually opens up the Roche as well. Birds are pushing. Oh, that's so annoying.
It's massive as well.
It is, and they're all grouped up too.
Otherwise, he gets 60 radius, -4 cooldown. Man, when he gets level 15, that smoke screen is incredibly irritating.
Now, I don't want to do all math class on you guys, but 60 radius, that's like in all directions. So that's like 120 diameter, okay?
What
Yeah.
does that do
I
to the
know.
circumference, though?
Whoa, all right, slow down. We're not
What, is
at
it-
that
is it-
grade level
is
yet.
it
You've
2
seen
pi
Twitch
R?
chat, okay? They're not ready. It is 2 pi
It
R.
is 2 pi. Nice. Oh, I did a maths. And they said it would be useless once you left
Yeah.
school.
That baby is coming down.
You're not going to have a calculator on you wherever you go.
Oh, yeah?
I can remember my teacher saying that. Ah,
And now you've got
good times.
now you've got Blizzard XX saying everyone's got phones, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've all got phones.
You guys got phones?
All right, where are we? You know what I can't believe? We're having such a jolly good time here, Trent. It's 15 and a half minutes in. There's only 4 kills.
That's why.
What?
There's no, I know, it's a little bit chill.
Radiant's
They're
middle
chilling, we're
tower is
chilling.
hanging
It's the
on
start
by
of the
a brick.
season. You know, it's always important to warm up, guys. When you're gonna do
That's
some
it, the Radiant's
exercise,
middle
I
tower.
didn't believe in warm-ups
We'll never
before.
forget you.
Turns out they're very important. So, you know, do it. You want to gradually get into your exercise. You know, you don't want to go fully into it because you're gonna overexert yourself. You're gonna get sore. And you're not gonna get the most out of your exercise, whatever activity you're doing. Okay? And Dota's the same thing. So, this is just a little warm-up game, little warm-up to the season.
Yeah, I used to think stretching and stuff was a joke when I was, a teenager playing rugby and stuff. Now we try to go to the gym or go for a walk, and I'm like, why do I have cramp in my leg after a 20-minute walk? What's happening?
Why am I broken?
Why is my body just decrepit and old? Roger. Right, okay,
Oh,
this
there it is.
2 familiar stuns, then the dart. He will try and get past, but the hook shot's there from Malady. Inside the smoke screen, Roger about to die, but he slips away. The Soul Assumption chases as Sweden Strong trying to slip out of here. While DK Fogus trapped in the cogs, blown up by Nikki. Rebel slowed to a crawl, and he's about to die as well. And the Bloodstone is trying to heal him up, but he's getting a lot of work done with it. Takes down Seneko and Rebel, and they get nothing for it. I thought at least Lash would get 1 kill, but it's just 4 for nothing.
That was kind of cathartic to watch a Leshrac die like that with how much we've been seeing the Bloodstones from the Razors and the Leshracs and how frustrating it can be. But I also felt kind of bad because it's like, this is that moment where like this hero's supposed to turn it on. And if he had just like one more ally who was alive at that point, but Navi, you know, that's how they did. They dissected the side of DarkSide, took him out 1 by 1, made it so that when that Leshrac is left alone, it is a little bit scary still, but as you can see, everyone gets a little bit low, but we survive because the damage is spread. He's not able to focus onto that one target that he wants to. We all live together, great team effort. Tier 1 goes great. Roche goes great. They're just checking off. It's only a 2k lead, which is still kind of scary, but oh, you can't. You can't give away these little kills like this. This is what kills you against these lineups.
Yeah.
Because in your head, you've already lost. Like, it feels really bad because you lost Tier 1 Tower and you lost Roche and no one's farming right now, but the lead's not actually that bad. Like,
Yeah, it's the moments after that matter.
yeah, it's when you're just like dropping these itty bitty kills and you're not allowing yourself to collect as a team and get that smoke out to try and punish something that might be missing on the side of the Dire. It's just the tiny little things, but despite it only being a 2k lead, this is a very real advantage for Na'Vi with how much of the net worth is currently tied up in Ramses.
Oh, now DK Fogus. He was waiting on top of the staircase. Can't cast a single spell inside the smoke screen.
Now, I don't like it.
And Na'Vi
Throwing all they've got at
I started off as a little snowball, but it's building and building into an avalanche. I think you're spot on. These little kills here and there, just giving them so much more to latch onto, push out multiple lanes. Mid's being held. Oh, Ramses!
He's got
Dagger! He's got the dart! Sweden strong. V-Tune's arriving. Seneko just hands off keyboard. See you, buddy. Oh, I'm out of here. Leave the Sven to die. And Ramsey's down, so that's 3 in a row. We've gone from 1 to 3 to 1 to 10. Na'Vi leading and storming towards these tier 2s.
That was a sick hunt by Sweden. Wow.
The strength of Ricky.
I'm very impressed.
He finds him. I always feel so sad in these kind of scenarios where DK Fogus, you know, you got a nice Vanguard timing, nice blink timing, then the first blink reveal jump didn't work. And now he's not used it for what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? It's just like, I've got a blink and I'm doing nothing with it.
And the thing is, you almost saw the value of the Centaur. If Roger had survived that fight at the tier 1 because of that stampede out of the smoke screen, and like the Hoodwink, he hadn't cast anything. There's so much damage stacked inside of a Hoodwink at that point in the game, where you saw those heroes that were still alive after Leshrac, like, no way. With a Hoodwink left up, everyone's dying there. That's like your turnaround where this game becomes at least even, but stalled out for Ramses in that moment that he needs. But losing that fight and not getting that big save from the Centaur, it really hurt them. But it still makes sense why the hero can be good in this game. They just missed the moment where they really needed it.
Na'Vi just going high ground 20 minutes in. Stampede is there. They've got the sleep and the stun, a great hook shot in. Malady catches onto Ramses, who BKBs and pops his God Strength. Trying to whack into the clockwork, but now he's exerted.
That's the support.
That's all of his abilities. That's everything now down for Ramses, and your tier 3 is still dying. They get the D ward, but holding onto this base is just such a difficult task.
Well, I mean, I was wondering what items to get after the Greaves and the Ags on Nikki, but I don't know if we're going to find out.
Might just be over before then.
Oh, yeah, by the way, did you see this? I looked at the sticker pack. This is nice. You don't have to drop the mantle or your branches. You can just spray them.
Whose is that one?
I think it's Navi's.
It's Na'Vi's. Okay.
I'll double check.
That's cheeky, that one is. Just sprayed in their base. And there's Elena Rack's gone. DarkSide. Got a lot of work to do now. You're looking at a drow with 12,000 net worth. Your blinks haven't paid off. Your Sven is trying to get one now. And you know, maybe if you add in this double blink threat plus the BKB of Lesh, you can get on top of people. What are you chuckling at over there?
Those are Navi sprays, and their other spray is the bunny. It's the same bunny as their emote.
Little dancing bunny rabbit.
I feel like Nikki Cool was in charge of some of this bunny stuff. I feel like he really advocated for the bunny.
His alter ego, the dancing bunny. I would rinse and repeat now for Na'Vi. Go again, why not? Centaur and Hoodwink, they're smoked. Rogers, it'll break.
First, right?
There's the dart. Sweden strong is straight in on top of them. The wraparound will not work. And Malady, another great hook shot, isolating the Centaur. They blow up Roger with a V-Tune. Just unleash the damage and force that up to high ground. He's got a double kill on the Drow Ranger. And I just don't see a way back in for DarkSide at this point.
That's actually brilliant. That dart is so annoying when you play these, like, I'm just gonna say it, the fun heroes. All the fun heroes get destroyed by this dart because, like, the point of Hoodwink is like you got teased a little bit, right? You're like, oh, I'm over here. You like jump through the trees, come over there. You're like trying to break their formation with your pressure as the hero. Same thing as a lot of these, you know, like Earth Spirits or something like that. You want them to try and make a play on you, but when that dart comes at you, like, oh, well, now what am I going to do? Like, unless you have a blink dagger or some way to disjoin it, you will be stunned. You will be asleep.
Yeah, can't escape. 5-man smoke time, though. If there's one way out of this rut, DarkSide gotta use the opportunity. Oh, Sweden strong. Oh, the ward, the high ground vision gets off the tricks of the trade, and the Ricky's out of there. They can't get the jump onto anybody. Rebel just runs straight on in with a Stampede BKB. The hookshot misses from Malady. And TK Fogo is trying to blow up the Dazzle. Can they take him down? Nicky Cool can't grave himself. Sweden strong falls and 3 kills going the way of DarkSide. They lose their Centaur, but Ramses stunned by the Familiars as Lays looks to try to escape. But there's Roger.
Nice.
The lockdown they needed. And a 4-for-1 emerges for DarkSide with a couple of Familiar kills and an Ultra for Rebel.
Okay, he's going to have a lot of gold right now. All right, so basically they got everything done that they could at this point in the game as Na'Vi, right? Like, I would say that their plan pretty much worked. Like, they had a very fast-paced lineup. They've already gotten 2 sets of racks. Now you're starting to see why you have to play fast, because you are gaining strength now in the slash rack with the Bloodstone and the BKB. It is much harder to play, and they got the jump on the hero they want. But you have to take this Dazzle down first, because obviously the sustain is just way too ridiculous with the Aghanims and the Guardian Greaves constantly being spammed out. Is this enough, though? That's the question.
It's a taste. It's a taste of, you know, the victory. It's the amuse bouche to come back here for DarkSide.
You know what would save this game is if Hoodwink still had the best shard, which was the old decoy. Okay. Now let me say, I like the boomerang because I always liked using the boomerang, but I always felt like getting it on Ags was a little bit too expensive. But the decoy was kind of broken when you played support because it was just a shard, and you just got to control like a scouting unit. I would just send it out to scout, and if they killed, they get bushwhacked.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I miss it. You know, it was too much fun.
It was like the old illusionist cape, but better.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about that item.
So did I until, what, 3 days ago? I was looking through all the items. Oh my god. The stuff we had in Dota was like Repair Kit and Mango Tree. Goodness gracious me.
I always thought that Doppelwalk, when I first started playing Dota, was like the coolest ability.
Oh, the PL Invis illusion thing?
Yeah, when PL, when it just swapped to an illusion and you went Invis and like you could never tell as the enemy, that was such a cool ability. That blew my mind when I started playing Dota.
Yeah, but it also brings back memories of the Tranquil Boot Soul Ring Radiance PL, which...
Oh, well, yeah. You just march down the lanes, you know.
Disgusting.
Oh, tier 1 falls? Time to work on that last lane, I guess, huh? They've left top till the end, the ignored lane.
Oh, can they find Roger? Radiant have the vision. They're going to see them coming. Sweden Strong and Malady pair up onto the Hoodwink. And Roger, the cogs push back and not enough damage being launched towards him means he's still surviving. Ramses, he's on the Ricky, but the Grave is there. The Dazzle keeps Sweden Strong alive while DK Focus and Rebel chasing Nicky Cool. They know the Grave is down for a little bit. And Ramses, he's just being cut. He's stuck. He's walking up and down the staircase. Doesn't know if he's coming or going, but he will come and kill off the Ricky, or try to, but the Ricky turns. The tricks, the jump, the dagger back. Dart sleeping, the Crystal Maiden, Seneko and Roger. They will kill Malady, but they'll lose pretty much everything else in the exchange. Alright, this is all around the timing of that second Roshan, but I feel like Na'Vi just got their eyes on the towers and objectives now.
Yeah, it was a noble effort. Like, they'd have to find another one of these amazing fights, just like they did previously to grab themselves the ultra kill for Rabel. But it's so hard. Like, Ramses, he popped his God Strength down to the low ground, and he's just trying to find his weight. He barely got the blink into the fight because the birds were hunting him, and it was close. He was almost going to have that canceled there, but now to the high ground Na'Vi go. There are spawns coming back up soon. Bloodstone's down for 25 seconds still, though. So that's kind of scary.
10 more for God Strength as well. It looks like they will force Na'Vi away for now. So they don't lose another barracks. But yeah, 50 seconds for the next Roshan. Something that Na'Vi will have in the back of their mind, wanting to scout it out with that Clockwork arriving.
I hate that this Clockwork build's viable. I feel like Force Staff is so good. It pains me that the Ags is that strong. I mean, you know, obviously it's great because it's more fun for Clockwork, but
come on.
Holy.
We have been in the tooltip meta for quite some time now, Trent. You look at the tooltip of a spell or an Aghanims upgrade, the longer it is, the better it is.
That's a good point.
Is Bloodstone smaller than it used to be now? It is, right? Bloodstones used to have like a mass...
yeah,
it is. It's way smaller. Yeah, it used to be like triple the size.
Like, if you lose, you have this many charges.
Yeah. Each charge gives this many stacks of mana and blah, 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 blah.
I say bring it back, by the way. We gotta put the charges back on this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the little numbers. Desolator just doesn't cut it for me. I don't buy Deso enough. I want the Bloodstone with the little numbers.
It's too pub ruining, though, when they tilt when they die, though. That's the real issue.
Well, they rush Bloodstone, die once, and just drop Bloodstone.
Yeah.
You've only got one item to destroy in the game's
Yeah.
Okay, DarkSide, this is a nifty little move. You're showing Ramses, you're baiting with him. Rocket Flare sees the Sven, but the rest of them are smoked. High ground and high ground vision here. Oh, Radiant have a ward in behind them. This could be big. Sweden Strong, the first point of contact. They're blowing up the Ricky. They've got the kill. Charging in. DK Focus aiming for the Dazzle now. He's another huge target for them.
They need.
DarkSide, they have to kill him with the Force Staff away. Nicky Cool gets off the Greaves. Still has the Grave as well. But Na'Vi, they lose DK focus on DarkSide, and Rebel falls as well to VTune. Sven trying his hardest, but this marksmanship from Drow shredding through him. And GG's called. 22-7. I mean, a few moments there, the DarkSide really tried to grasp onto, but the build-up of NaVi post 15 minutes was just way too big.
Yeah, and I think I pretty much haven't talked about V2 this entire game, and that's because he hasn't really needed discussing with how he's been playing. Like, actually perfect. I can't think of it. His positioning, every single fight I look, where's V2? He's just in the perfect spot. He even survived the one ultra kill, right? He's the one who got away. And he was still dealing damage right at the end. He almost took a couple heroes down with him, or rather, like, down while he was escaping at the same time. He ends the game 10-0-7.
Yeah.
And this whole strategy, like, he's the anchor. Like, if his lane doesn't go well, then this just doesn't work, because all the other little pieces here between, like, the dazzle and the in and outs between Sweden Strong and Malady, those are all dependent on the eventual mop and bucket coming in from VTune, and he played that role to a T.
The cleanup crew arrived. Yeah, I mean, a few worries with the supports on NaVi not like hitting level 6 fast enough, or not maybe when they would expect it to. So a little bit of patience from them to not just start that steamroller going straight away, right? I was looking at that bottom tier 1 and thinking, hey, why aren't they there pushing it? But waiting for 6 on the Visage, waiting for the Clockwork to have hookshot. They really picked their moments very well here in game 1. And I don't know, is this disappointing from DarkSide, a star-studded roster, or is this just NaVi clicking into place as they'd expect?
I think DarkSide's ability to win this game is definitely there with their heroes, but it requires those like key moments, and they lost 2 of those key moments really early, and then it's just really hard to claw back in. And you saw the potential right at the end, like even when they were down 2 racks, like they could still win that fight, and you can understand how this lineup can work together. To me, the biggest disappointment for DarkSide this game was probably just Roger not able to really feel involved and try and get any sort of like early game plays with the Hoodwink. They tried a couple like 2 or 3 hero smokes. They didn't really connect. You went 15 minutes where the score was 3-1.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's good when you have Crystal Maiden and Hoodwink as your support duo, right? I feel like you're trying to get some earlier smoke, some earlier pressure. Find this Drow. Like, how's Drow 10-0-7? Drow's down farming a bottom lane, and Dazzle's just, like, killing Ancients. I think that can't really happen for this to be successful. So DarkSide need to just... I don't know if it was, like, a vision issue and trying to better enable those ganks, but definitely got to figure out how to get your supports more involved.
Yeah, ban Ricky. Get rid of Ricky, because that was a first phase Ricky Drow opener, right, from NaVi, and the fact that they had Clockwork with the Rocket Flare and Visage with Familiar, just so many ways to like scout into the trees, see where the center was like blinking from, or the Hoodwink was hiding. Everything, really exceptional stuff from NaVi there in game 1. So we'll take a quick break and return with game 2 right after this.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
you're all on the same page in terms of your teammates. It can be bad because the enemy also knows exactly what you're doing. There was zero mystery to the plan of that draft. Perhaps there was some frustrating parts, though, and that would have been that Ricky, who, as you pointed out, is gone. Rightly banned in the first phase. Get him out of here. Because it really did trip them up quite a bit in some of those earlier defenses. So really well played there by Sweden Strong, and takes a hero that has not yet been used in this DPC and gets it first phase banned immediately the next game.
Is that a sign of things to come? Is it just EEU DPC is going to be Ricky Lena first bans every game? And
I reckon.
What about this Broodmother? I've been hearing, maybe not whispers, but some loud screams of pain and disturbing nature of this hero. Is she back in?
I think she might be the best Brood's ever been.
Oh, wow.
And my reasoning for thinking that is that if you actually go to check out the top Dota games, 7K MMR plus or whatever, which now sounds low these days with our 11K games. Maybe it's up to 8K now. I'm not sure. Anyway, in the top tier matches, this is the most I've ever seen Brood be played. Brood is like one of the most played offlaners just straight up in pubs, which is very unusual. Like, she had in the past 8 days, we've had 1,000 Brood games. Like, that's crazy. That never used to happen. There have been more Brood games in top tier MMR than Razor games, than Morphling games, than Clockwork and Zeus.
No.
Yeah, that's not good. Because even when Brood was strong, she wasn't like common. But she's actually become common, which means that A, she must be incredibly powerful right now, and she must be easier to play than she used to be. So that is a recipe for a very scary hero in the pro scene. Thinking we're probably not going to see her too much.
Okay, so just banned all the time. I just have vivid memories of people playing Brood back in the day, where you're going into a lane, you're faking out your web, you're pretending to go off lane, but really you're mid, and then you've got spiralings everywhere. Like, oh, I'm a Drow Ranger. What can I do? Die. You die over and over again. But now I feel she's much more balanced, like out of the laning stage, and much stronger going mid to late, especially with some of the optimization you can go for. But
it's still very annoying.
Still very annoying, yeah. But here we are. No Broodmother, no Drow Ranger either. In fact, banned out by DarkSide. So they've got their Tiny Lesh. Nice bit of displacement from Tiny to toss people back into some Split Earth, or just the raw damage Lesh brings. Well, Navi, this Primal Beast, it could be in the hands of Sweden Strong. Could be a Lays hero, not quite sure where it's heading. As Mirana's been mainly played in the 5 and 4 nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of 5 especially. Obviously 4 used to be way more common, but people using some early Starstorm points just in the lane to try and get a little bit of damage in, and then of course Moonlight Shadow's annoying the whole game. And whether she's 5 or 4, a lot of her game plan is going to depend on arrow setups. So that could be in any lane, so she can get some early rotations. Could be in the safe lane, could be the off lane, could be the mid lane, and then you just want to try and utilize those throughout the entire match alongside your Moonlight Shadow to just be a very solid backbone as the 5. So and plus you can be you have this like Enchantress effect sort of, where you can kind of like run into dangerous situations and hopefully escape to create fight opportunities.
Yeah, and having free smokes all the time as well with Moonlight Shadow, very nice to start off fights. I always like the Ember Spirits and the ODs and stuff with Mirana. From the mid lane, gives you the option to kind of slip into side lanes or just have the raw setup in mid to get the arrows landed.
They're going to run it back with CM though, and as their opener to the second phase. So probably going to see a little bit of a pause here, I would guess, from Navi. So I talk a lot about this in terms of like how drafting works right now, and since we haven't shifted up the order in a little bit, but this is the point of the draft that is the most important for the first pick overall team, because they got their first pick and then they get their answer of the Primal Beast. This is their last chance to respond to what they see on DarkSide. They have to take these 2 picks in a row. They have to solidify a lot of their draft, because you're only going to have one more pick after this, and you're only going to see one more hero from DarkSide. You essentially get double counterpicked twice in a row by DarkSide. So it's important to use as much time as possible and really think about, like, okay, where's this Primal Beast going? Can we leave options open for some of these heroes? What do we like versus this Leshrac that's so prevalent lately? And so they just grab their duo right here. They're going to take the Undying and the Visage. So strong vibes of the previous match for sure.
Yeah, lane dominators. There we go. So I'll just giggle into myself watching the stream where I'm resizing you over and over again. Yeah, chat having a bit of fun with that as well. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of Sineko's style to find a hero and just spam it. I remember his Phoenix days, right? Where it's just like, he's going to pick Phoenix, or you mentioned the Wyvern as well, right? Either Phoenix or Wyvern. Now maybe he's just found Crystal Maiden again as his one true love.
Yeah.
4, 3, you get it.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Hey, talking about one true love, Darkseer. This guy all over the place. Been watching some China, a lot of Darkseer over there. Feels like the hero's picking up some steam.
Nice.
Everyone likes him now. Kind of unusual to see him without like an agi carry. You know, I feel like you see the agi carry get picked and you're like, good illusions for my Darkseer. And then it really helps motivate you to pick it. So maybe they're just like, it's V-Tune. You know, we'll ban the strength carries and we'll try and force him into a Terror Blade or a PL or a Luna. We'll just ban Lifestealer and Ursa.
All right, Dire gets to ban.
Oh, okay.
Ban
Yeah,
AM.
Anti-Mage. That's a good
Yes.
that's a Darkseer player in the house. He's like, please.
Remove the anti-mage, for the love of God.
I want to live.
So yeah, they're picking this into an Undying +1 lane, so you're always going to be shoving the wave in with Ion Shells, but yeah, I mean, Darkseer Tinies, that's also pretty decent, putting the Ion Shell on Tinies, he can start roaming once he gets his boots as well.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
It helps make up for some of the problems that Tiny has now with the nerfs to toss as well. You can use like a surge to maybe get a slightly better like Avatos setup in a situation where it's more beneficial, because you can play around toss a lot more now. Where you just have to recognize like, okay, what is the current radius of like, it's level 1 toss even at most. So I'm gonna like, he can't even toss me to the range creep sometimes. It's so small now.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good as
10 seconds.
kind of a reset tool in team fights. Like, you look at Navi's lineup, they've got Arrow, Onslaught, they've got Undying Visage. These are all kind of dogpile heroes. They land a spell on someone, they're all surrounding him and swarming. That's where this Vacuum Wall, maybe even the Split Earth and the Pulse Nova can really do some serious damage. What is it? What's V-Tune's hero here?
I mean, Lifestealer
10 seconds
definitely
out.
looks
Plenty of
good.
time to tell an announcer you love him if that's what's in your heart.
I feel like that's probably what he's thinking right now. He's like, what are the downsides of Lifestealer? The downside is that our damage output in actual team fights isn't great, but like the lane looks good.
Radiance up.
So
Yeah,
it's
you were
just,
right.
it's just Lifestealer.
Dave Johnson here.
Oh, okay, and we know you're going Lifestealer. Instant Morphling.
Let's get this
Okay.
over with.
Immediate. That's a pretty good matchup.
That's a good Morphling pick.
It's going to be incredibly strong with a Maiden in lane as well. So now you've got this kind of unkillable Morphling. Oh, wait. So you're going to be against, what, Visage Mirana? Double range can be a little annoying when you're a Morphling Maiden, though. You don't want to swap your lanes, though, do you? You want Tiny with a Darkseer, so it has to be Maiden Morphling. Like,
Yeah, it should be okay.
It still feels like Na'Vi have that laning setup locked down with the heroes they've got. And there's the chat wheel spam you were talking about, huh?
Yeah, they love that. Okay. I'm definitely liking DarkSide quite a bit here. I will say the one thing I'm not particularly keen on is probably the Darkseer. I feel like he does lose a lot of his power when he's not against one of these heroes where like the illusion just feels incredible. I wouldn't say I really see that here. But they're pretty clumpy on the side of Na'Vi, so maybe he'll hit some sick vacuums. Between like the Undying, the Primal Beast, and the Lifestealer. Definitely going to be a little bit balled up here. I'm very, very excited to watch a mid Primal Beast, though. Haven't gotten to see one of those in a little bit. I feel like every time I catch a Primal Beast game, it's been the support, which is always great, of course. But, the mid, like, you can just really take over the game. Oh, look at this guy. He's got the relics. That's the Marana.
And a beautiful set on the Primal Beast in behind her, though. Yeah, it was Eastern Europe qualifiers for TI. I think we saw it every position.
Yeah.
We saw it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because there was like GPK playing at mid, Sweden Strong 4, like every offlaner was playing at 3. And I think we had, I don't know, it was like Seneko or someone like playing at 5. There was like 1 or 2 5 Primal Beasts in there as well. I definitely hear they can fit into a lot of roles, but yeah, from this mid lane, the fact he's got so much base damage, he's so tanky against this ranged Lesh. He can withstand a lot of that early pain, and he's so good at rotating into side lanes.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Like you never know when he's coming because the cooldown's so low on the ultimate that he can just be charging into your lane if you're not prepared for it. So it does mean that vision's going to be very important, which certainly was a struggle for DarkSide last game. I think that overall their vision into the enemy territory was quite weak. Felt like that's partly why the support struggled a lot, as they weren't able to get like confident paths for the ganks they wanted to go on in the early game. So to keep an eye and see if they can find something a little bit better this time.
Yeah, especially with Roger playing one of, I guess, more of a front-facing hero than a hide-in-the-trees hero. Now, looking at Roger, you mentioned the Surge, the Iron Shell. Really get involved, get on top of people. Really, it's all about making space for this man in the bottom lane. Ramsey's Morphling. Already being chased out of his jungle. And Seneko showing on the bottom rune.
Hard to be here.
I'll just trade 2 for 2, though.
Not watching you in secret or anything. All about
Some interesting, interesting vision coming out. Like, Dire has a lane ward bottom near tier 1, and Radiant has a ward over their rune.
I mean, I do like that ward generally when I'm playing versus Morphling a lot because they like to go really low under the tower, and you might get it because like if you have the right hero, right, you can snipe him when he thinks he's out of vision. But they don't really have the best hero here. I guess with decay buffs, you know, there's a chance now. But maybe one really good soul rip, Mal, you'll just snipe him.
Yeah, soul rip with a soul assumption. Lots of soul damage in the bottom lane from NaVi.
It's a soulful duo, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Seneko already feeling it. Getting a lot of punches. Just one decay stack. Gives a little bit of bonus damage there to the Undying. So Visage Undying against that Maiden Morphling, while top lane Mirana Lifestealer up against the Darkseer Tiny. And Mirana's going to have a decent time up here just being a ranged hero against a double melee. And Lifestealer can sustain through Iron Shell for the most part.
Yeah, that's certainly the point with the counter pick, is that people like to go towards that. Sort of like dodged out. When you are being hit by it, you just get the life seal. Easy peasy. A timeless classic versus the Darkseer.
Yeah. I just gets a little more
Melody,
worrisome.
Though, he's getting those double decays.
Oh, is he? I mean, Ramsey's pretty low. They've both got sticks in this lane, though.
Dude, don't do it again. Dude, you cannot get double decay to range heroes. That is not okay. Okay, to be fair, it's because he has the ward. But still, like, come on.
He's 1v2ing.
Guys.
He's got the mangoes. This man knows what's up.
I mean, he used to be an adventurer like you and I. But then he took an arrow to the knee, as you can see.
Like 3 to the chest as well.
Yeah, it's tough.
Looking a little worse for wear. He's bullied back. Like, yeah, again, double decay. Seneko and Ramses.
You gotta stop, dude. You can't, please.
It's just such a free lane for Laze now. 4 last hits, but that's going to start stacking up as he drags this wave back further and further. And Ramsey's going to have to start ferrying out more regen to himself. Seneko's holding a salve, but...
He was too slow. He was so close to getting the camp back on the 2-minute mark.
Oh yeah, still blocked.
Just barely didn't get it.
Unfortunate. Malady. 1-1-0 build, so no tombstone here. Just looking for this bullying effect onto Ramses. Even pops a mango thinking about the soul rip, but...
Oh, look, there it is. That's his moment. Does he... Dude. Oh, I was so low.
Ramses knows what's up. He's not going to get caught out yet.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, yet. Just you wait.
Oh, that was a little close, though. Pops his stick right...
Not even close.
Right on time.
Might have been down to single digits for half a second there. It's all right.
I'm just going to take a quick peek into these other lanes. It feels like nothing's happening. The bottom lane is so exciting. Well, Primal Beast, 11-1. Leshrac, 14-2. So slight lead for Rebel, but both getting water runes, both doing fine there. And top lane, as we'd expect, Darkseid is doing okay, but V-Tune farming away.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of opportunities there. Oh, nice toss back into the tower. Swingstrong takes a bad angle jump there, but not too big of a deal. All right, you know, you're playing lane with no arrow setups. You're kind of just chilling up there as the Mirana. You just try and stop the Tiny from pulling the waves into annoying spots. It's your only job right now.
And he's burning through a lot of their regen, like Roger's having to walk all the way back to base. Curious to see if he TP's mid to refill bottle. There's a rune coming up in 20 seconds. There might be an option there for Roger. Or if he just wants to go straight back top and... yeah, this lane pairing, you need the Tiny Darkseer to be together, or else DK Fogus is in a situation like this where he's just being pummeled by the Mirana over and over again. Oh, Nicky Cool. Oh, he's away from the avalanche. Roger couldn't quite connect. And the 4-minute rune, tossed, steal, beautifully done.
That hurts. All right, see ya.
And back to base.
Run on home.
And back down to bottom lane, Ramses.
That ward put in so much work, actually.
It's giving them so many opportunities. A nice synchronization there with the soul spells as well. Malady trying to line it up perfectly with a soul rip when it lands, so there's no window to really use your stick effectively.
You can tell Dyer's middle tower is in trouble.
It is crazy though, like, so letting a double decay happen in the past was always bad, but it is so much worse now. Like, I'm gonna keep harping on this because he keeps the regen now, so that's why he can buy like 10 mangoes. He doesn't need regen, right? Because he's healing from these double decays.
Oh, is this enough damage? Another soul assumption comes. It is not a comfortable lane for Ramses. In 19 last hits, but he is fighting tooth and nail for every single CS.
How does this man still have a tango when all he's done is punch you? Like, it's actually crazy.
Are they going to get Seneko hit? Oh, the ward expires. They don't get to keep the vision on the Maiden. And now maybe a turn. The soul assumption. The Fairy Fire's not enough. Lays gets first blood 5 minutes in. We're expecting a little bit sooner, but they get it done.
That was 225 damage. Man, that spell hits hard early.
What's happening up at top, eh? A dive onto DK Fogus. He surges around. Sweden Strong and V-Tune getting some damage onto this tier 1 with a catapult wave arriving. And the toss back bottom. Lays thrown in towards the creeps. Roger, Seneko, and Ramses turning onto Malady now, and they will get the kill, but it cost Roger his life. While in the mid lane, Nikki Cool gonna onslaught away. It's just happening. Everywhere you look is action.
This is the catapult wave here, though, so it's not gonna be up for Rebel to say. No one else is rotating in, so they're not gonna try and keep this pressure up. It's also a Primal Beast who was about to hit 6, so it's kind of a scary target to go on. He does have 1140 HP.
Incredibly tanky, yeah. Seneca's even come across, secure the rune for Rebel.
Big wave coming in bottom again here for Lays. Like, already had the one wave without Malady. Now, Malady is going to join over here, actually. But still no tombstone here, so no big commit into the tree line.
What was that tip for?
Just, you know, good friends, that's all.
Kill spree.
Oh, what's it?
All right, well, Ramses, I mean, I was watching that. I thought he was going to live, I'll be real. Just messed up the shift, wasn't fast enough.
Unlucky. Yeah, I was watching the the Mirana and the Tiny figuring out what was going on there. Just to...
Rebels made the jump down here, but I don't know. I think this isn't going to be successful.
There's nothing left for him to do. And this is where
NaVi kills all the farm that Ramses was going to come back for.
Oh, no. And Ramses goes mid now, so he holds that lane. But yeah, now it's a chance for NaVi to react and bring heroes of their own into the bottom spot. Split Earth onto Mirana. They've killed off the Maiden. The leap to the high ground. Sweden Strong surviving. The miss uphill doesn't finish him off. Now Rebel in trouble. Nikki Cool trample him down and get the kill on the Lesh. That's the thing. You bring Rebel down there. Don't get anything done, and you're kind of stuck in this situation where the vacuum has to be filled by someone. And NaVi have the tools to fill it up, bring the heroes down, and make sure that it's all shut down.
Yeah, that's a bit of a disaster. And then I love that Nikki Cool even held off on the pulverize. He saw him go for it, and he's like, wait, hold on. Like, just in case I messes up with the illusion. Good to ensure I secured this kill here. Roger also here for the mid lane, trying to get some pressure going. And going on your back foot with this lineup on the side of DarkSide, rather, doesn't feel that great. You know, Darkseer, definitely a hero that plays pretty chill. Doesn't go for a whole lot of fights, you know.
He is a farmer. He is a sit back and farm kind of guy. And it's another game where it's, you know, closing in on 10 minutes, and we've not talked about V-Tune. he's just doing whatever he wants. Looks like he's going to be going for that Armlet Deso build, so definitely looking to pick up the tempo pre-20 minutes. Yeah, curious to see how they deal with him, right? And Magic Immunity Piercing disables damage pretty lacking, so this could be a free game for V-Tune as this lifestealer. But they've got to catch bottom onto Lays. That's a tasty kill, as Rebel does make his way down here again.
They really needed that. I have to put some pressure on this Visage here. Seneko going for an aggressive ward here. Not going to live through it.
Well, arrow misses. Nikki Cool should have him, though. Ooh.
Surely.
He's got onslaught. In a second. He's going to walk forward, wander in towards Seneko. He's taking his sweet time dying, but he will finally fall.
Space.
Yeah, Ramses is farming. It's all good.
So that's what we'll go with. And Ramses hoping to be much more active this game. I think Morphling is a hero. Obviously, you can still AFK farm a little bit, but I'd like to see him get involved on the earlier end. Has some good morph targets, be it the Undying, the Primal Beast, even Mirana. Honestly, these are all pretty damn good. So you can be happy with whoever you grab. I think early on, the Tombstone's obviously a pretty big target to grab. So you have like the counter Tombstone in the engagements, and you can just like keep decaying and fighting, and fighting. And then the other big one will probably, I don't know actually which one I would take. They're all really good. Like Mirana's got great tools. Probably Mirana, because like the big nuke this early, because you know they're going to have the Starstorm.
Yeah, there are a lot of options. Lifesteal for the Rage. And V-Tune's got his hand to Midas. He's farming away, but there's a catch on to Nicky Cool. Primal Beast getting tossed around, frostbitten, onslaught to high ground, and he's saved up. I think a Soul Rip came in there last second from Malady, who is now found though. Lash and Morphling both chasing him down.
That's kind of crazy though. That was so many of their spells. And they still weren't able to get it. Yeah, it's because of the sacrifice for Malady, but still, you know, the damage is looking a little bit rough right now.
Nice, difficult times. And then they've got multiple heroes to try and contend with. Visage is getting tanky. Lifestealer getting very strong. Midasing away into that armlet. And I was watching him, he's pulling these camps occasionally into large camp to try and not only increase his own farm, but to try and stop DK Focus from doing the same thing. This DarkSide has been trying to farm deep in enemy jungle, and he just caught out with a pulverized Starstorm.
Damn. Hit him with a smackdown. What a satisfying hero, I have to say. One of the most satisfyingly animated heroes in Dota. Big fan of how they've added this giant beast that just like literally throws you at the ground. I mean, that's just great.
Yeah, and of course, first item you buy on this hero is BK Beast. You get even bigger. He's just a huge dinosaur wandering around.
If only we could buy Giant's Ring. 8,000 gold.
Yeah, just buy neutral items.
Yeah. It'd be pretty pricey, I think.
I still stand by my suggestion of being able to buy a boot slot later on in the game. I think you should be able to spend like 3k gold and buy a slot for your boots. Just free up.
That'd be like having a TP slot, okay? You're just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, or a neutral item
great
slot.
Smoke wrap around here.
Yeah, catching Visage yet again. They're going to expend Freezing Field for it, but if they can get Malady as well, and the Tombstone being dropped makes it all worth it. NaVi not going to react to this. Don't bother responding down in that dead lane bottom. Just let them get the job done. Now they're kind of stuck down here while you're making a move up top.
Bit of a classic situation of your own vision making you feel safe. They had an obs up on the high ground. Felt like, oh, there's no one wrapping around behind us. But of course, the smoke move.
DarkSide is pretty tanky with this Vanguard. He dropped his wall preemptively, and now the reaction's up top from DarkSide. DK Focus pretty safe, and maybe a shove onto tier 1.
Ramsey's almost level 9, where we'll probably see the morph. I feel like, and maybe just actually battle it out a little bit here and get involved.
Haste.
We'll see. He's going to hold that point for at least a little bit.
He's going to put it into stats or something just to be funny. No one's going to come up and defend this tower, though. It looks like NaVi pretty content getting V-Tune farmed up and probably going to smoke off the back of this armlet timing. Yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah, it's a good time to pressure for them because they know that the Tiny's just farming Blink, right? Roger's showing down bottom. He won't be here for this.
And again, though, first point of contact is that Darkseer, but the arrow pulverized. They've got the lockdown this time. Make sure he dies before he can surge away.
Look at Ramsey's confidence, though. Keeps farming up, even though it's just the small camp here. Like, feels like his hero's pretty indestructible. He's keeping that point on Morph just in case. I mean, at this point, if you're holding the point for this long, I mean... Oh, wait, actually, he just spends it, as I say. That's too adaptive. Okay, sounds good.
Oh, still no morph.
Hopefully you don't fight.
I mean, is this... I'm just looking across the Na'Vi heroes. No one's going for, like, Spirit Vessel or anything, so what's the way they contend with this Morphling? Like, kill everybody else and then kill him after? Or do they think they've got enough lockdown to bring him down?
Definitely feels like he can be mostly ignored still for now, but yeah, an eventual plan for him would be good. I can understand not wanting to commit for Spirit Vessel, even on something like Sweet and Strong, because it feels like you know, you still have tools up against it. You obviously like can only do it at certain timings, and then like you can just buy Dispel. Can be a bit tough there, so just gonna chill.
It's a pretty expensive item nowadays as well.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so impossible to buy it on a +5. Kind of hard now to buy it on a 4. I guess there's Visage, yeah, going for regular aura items. Vlad's into the pipe. So some way to mitigate the Lesh's damage, which Malady is going to feel in full force. Wandered into the wrong neck of the woods. And a bit of calm time now. Everyone's just waiting for their carries to be real strong.
This is very good for DarkSide.
Yeah.
They need that little bit of space. They need that time to get the Blink Dagger up onto Roger, because it feels like they can't really commit anything until that's there. So it's flying out now. Hopefully, yeah, looks like that courier will arrive safely. And probably into an immediate move there with Rabel, but doesn't have a smoke, so he's just going to have to bait him out instead.
Yeah, just push one more wave. I'm a Lesh down here. Come and deal with me.
What do you think about the Crimson Guard on DK Phogos?
That's interesting. Yeah, it's not like we see too much of nowadays, but I don't know, against familiars and against zombies, it's pretty freaking strong.
Yeah, it's very valuable. And it's like, with the changes to Wraith Pact, I feel like it gets even more overshadowed in some ways, but this is an instance where this should be better, because the basic block versus those units in particular is much, much stronger than a Wraith Pact. Oh, I cannot believe he got that leap away in time.
just barely. But now this does create a situation where, 15 or so minutes in, both teams are kind of eyeing up Roshan. They'd love to go play into this dire jungle as DarkSide, get a couple of pickoffs, and maybe wander in there.
They want that Roche before there's BKB on Primal Beast. I mean, the hero gets so hard to deal with, but it's there. He's only 10 gold away at this point, so unless they're rushing in now, they're going to have a hard time getting that versus that Primal Beast.
Well, they're all grouping up as NaVi. It looks like they want to go for another smoke play again. They're not spreading wide across the map. Try and play a little tighter together and look for that precision strike into the hearts of DarkSide.
If Na'Vi miss their initial stun onto Ramses, he's going to be really hard to catch.
Yeah.
Because like their overall catch and like secondary chase down is pretty weak. And the Morphling now has the big range too.
Does Radiant have a sentry? The sentry's too far away. They see the Lesh straight in on top of him. And Rail, he's nearly dead. The trample and the damage from V2, and it's enough as they chase Roger now with the zombies. But arrow already spent, and the TP home looks like a good one. Gets away safely. While Seneko, he joins his squad back in the well.
That baby is coming down.
That Bloodstone was going, guys.
Oh, was it?
I know you couldn't tell.
Oh, he used it, yeah.
But he head pressed it despite dying very, very quickly. Whoa. That was not the fight they needed. Great play there from Na'Vi, finding that aggression. Just immediately with the BKB on Nicky Cool. Not afraid to pop it at all, right? Got the onslaught through 3 to the back lines. Got his perfect target.
He knew exactly who he was gunning for. And the fact now you've got BKB plus Rage, these two heroes just do not suffer to Lesh's damage whatsoever. And it looks like DarkSide is still pivoting towards the Roche, though. And this is what we were really thinking both teams would be eyeing up, but...
Thanks for the
ground vision. Seneko has the Observer Ward up there.
Yeah, and Smeestrong sees that and says, like, I can't be here. We don't have vision. There's no BKB on Primal Beast. So this is still good. This is a good punish. They recognize that they're not going to want to fight this with the Primal Beast having the BKB. They're not at full strength right now. We don't really have any cooldowns that we're lacking, so we can get in here and do this. So they do grab that. They put on their Lesh rack. Going to help out and allowing him to sort of frontline and tank a little bit and farm towards that BKB to try and be that continued forward presence. But, man, it feels like they still have a long way to go here. It feels like this Morphling just needs to be massive.
It almost feels like this Aegis, putting it on Lesh, it's like a split push Aegis. You know, he's going to go to these side lanes and be like, right, I'm going to push this all the way to tier 2s or tier 3s. If they come and deal with me, I'll die once. You react, we come and have a fight around me. I just don't know if DarkSide want to be making aggressive moves of their own right now. And these wards from Na'Vi. Great placement in behind tier 1 mid. Sweden Strong and Nicky Cool lurking on that right-hand side. But Roger with a slick move of his own, dragging creep waves away.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
The big Deso's there. Time to see if they have the deeps. Whenever Nicky Cool eventually grabs that Morphling, I feel like that'll be the goal.
Especially with so many turnaround plays with Avalanche, Vacuum.
I have good news.
Well, Smoke immediately breaks on Roger, who blinks up towards Roche, tumbles towards the rest of his team. And they know this is coming now. I don't know. Does that vision...
Run away!
That vision let them see anything? Not really.
of smoking rocks. Man, Radiant does not
Oh,
like
Seneko.
Dyer's bottom tower,
Nice.
and it shows.
Oh, he's out there.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
Spooky situation. But it's got to feel good as DarkSide. You're buying more and more time. You're drawing all of the action up towards top. You're evading any kind of team fight. You're straight back down to bottom lane. Darkseer, an exceptional split pusher in his own right.
You know, I wasn't sure what Ramses was going to buy with this ultimate orb. Because
Oh, the
like, if he gets the
Manta?
Lincolns, I feel like he can't die. I mean, he's got Scotty queued up,
Things are looking
which,
dire.
I mean, obviously he's very good versus Lifestealer. But, like, honestly, if someone puts a Lincolns on him, how does he die? Because I feel like they kind of need to pulverize him or just YOLO an arrow into him.
Yeah.
Or, you know, eventually get bashed. But the bash is a long ways away for VTune. But I can also understand being like, I don't feel like I can afford a Lincolns because my team is kind of low on damage already. So if I'm buying that big defensive item with that much gold, it's going to be hard. But
Yeah, and it feels like
he kind of looks invincible with one.
it feels like the way teamfights want to go for DarkSide is they kind of want the Morphling or Lesh to be caught, and then they make the counterplay and then they chase. So I guess like having Surge and Tossback and Scardy Slow probably going to pay off more than a defensive item.
That is tough though because there's also no blink on DK Fogas, so it means that like a lot of the turnaround is based off of Roger.
Yeah, true. And thinking about damage, I don't know. I always underestimate Soul Assumption. It's level 2, but with this Lifestealer Primal Beast, the amount of just like alpha damage, right? They enter a team fight and they're just like, bam! there's just like there's damage straight up.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is.
You know, you don't have to wait around for your beta damage or whatever else. You just got it straight up. Here we go.
Oh, that tower, not enjoying the build from V2 here of Midas and Deso.
Ceases to exist. Just
And it's
disappears.
gone very quickly. A sad Deso though, still no charges here.
Oh.
If you're in the
I'll get
vicinity
there.
of Dyer's top tower,
And how many hits does it take to kill Crystal Maiden? Like 4 or 5?
Obliterated.
Definitely less than it takes licks to get inside of a Tootsie Pop. I can confirm that.
And how many is that? 372?
Something like that, yeah, that's
Yeah.
about right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good estimate. You know, it depends on the grit of the tongue, you know, like
Oh, yeah?
sandpaper. You know, it depends on the how much friction you got going on there.
Give it to your cat.
Yeah, you know, that's an easy 400 grit right there.
Oh, hello.
Take us.
More
Moonlight
like 7.
Shadow.
Everybody smoked.
Yeah, where's this
You can tell
DarkSide smoke
Dyer's
going?
middle
Where,
tower is in trouble
where,
from
where are
the
they
way it's
heading?
destroyed as
Oh, just away?
Dyer is scanning for enemies.
Oh, they want to go hold the high ground.
Hoping to catch a glimpse of 'em.
Both teams go to enemy ancients.
Definitely not a North American game here with 10 people smoking. You know, we got a lot of the propaganda out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we can't
Bad
have
for your,
that.
it's bad for your health.
That's not good. You can't be doing that.
Sweden strong invis. Okay, I think everyone knows where everybody is now. But Radiant have the vision advantage in this spot. Absolutely. 2 observer wards, catching a glimpse of
more
people.
smokes.
Oh, yeah. Just wrap around into wrap around.
Christmas is over, guys. Stop the rapping. All right.
We've gone to the Christmas market and got on the merry-go-round as well. Just round and round we go. And straight on to Ramses. BKB pulverized, trying to aim for the Morphling. Tombstone's down, but Ramses is about to die. They've got the damage through the pulverize, and you were absolutely right. Rebel now trying to turn, but he's got a BKB and TP home. NaVi assert their dominance with a double smoke movement. And DarkSide just didn't seem to have what it took to protect their Morphling.
Yeah. I mean, I literally think that's the only way he dies. Is just getting... I mean, the Blink build is just perfect from Nikki. Because he's like, if I just grab Morphling, we win these fights. I'm going to BKB, I'm going to grab him. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
And he has no
Roger.
time to react, obviously, because you know that little Lincoln's pop that triggers their monkey brain.
Oh, kill the Undying. Nikki Cool's Primal Beast is inside his freezing field. The full stack vacuum. Interesting little interaction there. Drifting and sliding around a big old dino. It doesn't want to become extinct just yet, but Roger might be shutting out his gene pool as they do take down 3 with Rails, Leshrak, and Lays. Running back and a rage TP from V2. Nothing to stop it there. Roger is... Oh, he's still hunting. Hey, 2 seconds on the blink cooldown. The Tumbler's Toy and the jump forward. He'll not get it. Oh, it was close. The trees get in the way. Kill the familiars, though. And that was a resummon as well, so no familiars for the Visage now for 100 seconds.
All right, unexpected result of killing the Morphling instantly. Then losing 3 heroes and giving a bunch of gold over to a Leshrac. Not what I had on my bingo card here.
Yeah, big money.
Then an eventual Shiva's guard there as well. Now, yeah, secondary save, the 4-staff done for Roger here too. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting to that saving state. I feel like I haven't seen maybe I just have missed it. I haven't seen like that clutch tombstone yet this game.
Like a high ground one?
Yeah, like a really high ground one, like one that's like, because they don't really have the best options for destroying it this match. Like Morphling doesn't want to spend time on that. Crystal Main's not level 20. All right, eventually Crystal Main, the goat at killing tombstones and eggs. You know, she loves that.
Yeah.
But it takes a hot minute to get to level 20 for your Crystal Maiden. So, Mally, got the drums, just playing the bongos in the back line.
I'll try and move a little bit quicker. And with 30 seconds left on Roche fast spawn, we're again in one of these situations where everyone's very tight and holding hands together. Nicky cool. Trying to figure out if he's got an angle in towards mid lane. But Reryl's, yeah, he's popped his bloodstone, shoved it out, not going to get caught. It feels like everyone's just itching to smoke right now.
Things are looking dire for Dire's bottom tower.
I've got a gem on DK Fogas as well. So, going to be able to shut down some of this vision.
They smoked down this way towards the outpost, hoping that maybe they were coming through. I'm not even sure. I guess they're pretty confident now that they're not here. Yeah, okay, they got the read now in the situation.
Yeah, they really like that bottom right-hand corner of the map, DarkSide. Not sure what's up with that, but Roshan was a 10-second spawn. Incredibly quick, and a jump in from Roger. Very fast as well. Straight onto the Undying. Malady healing himself up. Doesn't even drop the tombstone, though.
Wow.
He'll hold that for his buyback.
That was a crazy play. Like, the way they did that without their Morphling at all. Like, Ramses was very far away, and they went for that pick.
Nicky with V-Tune. They found the Lash trying to blow him up with the 4-staff. The save with the Greaves there as well. He'll still die inside the Roche pit. And V-Tune, he's holding his BKB for the right moment to try and slip away from DK Fogas. He's dropped the wall in on him, and V-Tune slow to a crawl. The Scardy's slow from this Ramses Morphling, but they're stopped in their tracks by the familiar stuns landing. And now the damage comes in from the high ground. The tombstone's well placed, and they kill off the Darkseer. Seneko and Rail on the run home. Nice freezing field with a split earth landing. Nicky cool. The toss back on V-Tune. Kill the lifestealer off. And now Lays. He's feeling the pain from Ramses. There doesn't seem to be enough control or damage. And Morphling, he's found a fight where he can really open up onto NaVi.
Oh, did they chase too long on that turnaround play? Perhaps an overextension. Oh, but hey, wait a minute.
Finding
so
Tiny.
Get one for free.
Oh, but the force again. And Leshrac back in on top of the Primal Beast, forcing the onslaught. Back into Roshan for Ramses, though. With no lifestealer.
They wanted that grab.
What's Sweden Strong doing here? Chucking arrows into the pit. Lays is nearby. He's got... Is that one familiar? Yeah, he's got one familiar trying to scout. But Roger with a toss back, finding... Marana, 1 leap, 4 staff, no leaps remaining. And Roger trying to tumble forward. Arrows chucked back into the Roche pit. And now potentially here, NaVi, with their heroes respawning, have defended.
She has buyback too, if necessary, but it doesn't seem that they'll need it because there's still BKB Blink on the Primal Beast. They do not want to go in that pit. There is, however, BKB now on that Morphling finished up here. So, oh, BKB popped.
Yeah, because Nicky Cool's gone straight in. He's tried to charge onto DK Fogas and Rail, but he's getting caught out by this Roger Avalanche toss again. Dragged around the team fight, and V-Tune pops out. The vacuum wall, and onto the lifestealer. Tombstone's up on the high ground, but Ramses shreds through the Undying, and V-Tune's got nothing left to give here. Has to contend with his own illusion. And a buyback from the Primal Beast as well. NaVi desperate to hold on to this second Aegis.
It's costing them a lot right now. Like that buyback right there too. Like, yeah, I mean, they knew he didn't even have BKB either. Like, he popped it right before he died. So not a lot of threat in the return of that Primal Beast. Allows them to get a rather easy escape out. And they're content to just keep farming it up a little bit here because they know they needed the time for Ramses, and he is there at this point. He went from a quick grab and easy kill to now a very difficult hero to catch unless you get it before the BKB and with none of these allies, these saving moves around. Because now they have the mobility, they have the blinks, they have the 4-staffs. Another 4-staff nearly done now for Seneko as well.
Oh, wow.
And the damage stacking for Ravel too. So it's not just Morphling who has to do the heavy lifting.
Shadows take us.
Also, these walls from DK Fogos. Really nice mid game from this Darkseer. Like, very greedy hero at the start. Couldn't contribute a lot, but he's hitting the big plays.
Oh, this could be interesting, though. Roger, he's jumped into the Roche pit trying to scout them out, but it's everybody from NaVi here. V-Tune takes him down, and it looks like a little retreat, not fully falling back. And NaVi deciding, hang on, high ground, hold that.
DK Fogos saw the 5-hero vacuum, and he had to stop himself. He almost cast, and he's like, no, I don't have wall. I don't even know if I want them to know I'm here. Then he got hit by a zombie.
Oh, arrow. Spotting Roger in the back. But now, Nicky Cool, BKB, the jump on in, V-Tune, trying to get on Ramses, but the Pulverize stops, and the BKB's up from the Morphling. I'm not too sure. I think he cancelled it himself, and he's stuck now between Roger and Ramses, and with no buyback, he's dead for 70 seconds. Lays vacuumed in the wall as well, and even with that stone form, he's going to be surrounded by DarkSide heroes. Split Earth timed well from Rail, and Ramses dominating.
That early momentum of NaVi, they sort of just stalled out. Like, they didn't have that same ability to pressure in the previous match, partially because they don't have, like, the ease, I think, of moving down the lanes with someone like the Drow Ranger, where you feel a little bit more confident approaching towers with the way that they were set up. A lot more pressure in terms of going for fights and kills, because you have a Primal Beast mid instead of a Dazzle mid. And it's harder to transition those, fights, even when you win a couple of them, into objectives, because that wasn't, the base goal is get killed, get objective, but when you just go for objectives, you're already at the objective. They come to you. So it is harder to execute for NaVi, and that stall out is what puts them back in the game. Roger's going for a crazy one there.
Trying to get deep into that base. Malady needs that defensive tombstone.
So Seneko force-staffs him to the high ground in the hopes that he'll be able to blink, toss, and then force-staff himself back out. That would be pretty high.
Nutty attempt. Tier 3
and
neutral.
He's still the Tumbler's toy too, so he's just hopping and skipping all over the place right now.
He's everywhere. Well, nothing left up here for DarkSide apart from a bit of farm for Ramses. Looks like he's the one making the call to shove out the bot lane, get involved over towards the Dire Ancient spot.
He had that Yash in his inventory, and he's like, you know what I need, guys? Sergeant Yash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how do you kill him now? I'm still not sure what happened with that Pulverize, but it didn't look good.
It must have been self-canceled. That's all I can imagine, too. Because he was BKB'd, and it kind of looked like he maybe meant to cancel it before it happened. Like, he was like, oh, this doesn't look good anymore.
Or he's like, did I cast it on an illusion by accident? And I'm like, oh, wrong one.
Oh, the big baby there. Dancing around.
Big baby?
Oh, well, he was taunting on Primal Beast.
Oh, I
He's a
see.
big baby. Yeah, he throws the bottle and stuff, I really resonate with that. It's nice.
Throwing the toys out of the pram.
Yeah. The pram, huh?
The pushchair, the buggy.
It's called a stroller.
Stroller,
right?
yeah, that was the one I...
Stroller. Pram.
The pram, yeah. Lots of funny names. I don't know, when someone says stroller,
I feel like
think
you guys would have a funny name for like a baby crib. You'd be like, the garden chest.
I don't know, do we call it crib? The only word
I think you might be normies on that one.
I think so. The only other word that comes to mind is like a bassinet, but that's like slightly different.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
The baby chest. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, you got the Chesterfield, right? That doesn't make any sense. Of course, we say Chesterfield in Canada too, so you're not alone on that one.
We've got Worcester. We've got Leicester. We've got all these words.
We got ourselves a surprise inside this Beastmaster, this
Beaster.
Primal Beast. This Beast.
The Beastershire sauce. Leaping over. Yeah, NaVi.
Of all the heroes ground up into a sauce, I feel like Primal Beast would be the tastiest. I mean, if we're on that wavelength.
You sure about that?
I think so.
The tastiest of all?
He's got a little bit of spice,
I think Enchantress, like, hands down.
Yeah, she's up there.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there. He's a strong contender.
Hello, Leshrak. He's got Aegis, right? He'll have a second life, so not a big deal him dying. Still holding BKB and the Bloodstone, while NaVi have expended a fair amount there. Oh, Rail will BKB up and run away.
The nice thing is that we have vegetarian options too, like Train Protector.
Or Morphling. It's just water.
I guess technically Sand King then at that point too.
Oh.
He's just sand, you know.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. I don't want a mouthful of
Darkseer just
sand.
becomes grape juice, you know. He's delicious.
Pointy grapes. You know in Japan how they make the like square watermelons and stuff. Now I want a Darkseer themed pointy grape.
Dude, now I want cubed grapes. Can they cube grapes?
They
That
must
would
be able.
hype.
They must be able to, right?
Oh, that's a nice novelty agriculture right there.
Hell yeah.
Well, you know, DarkSide need a high ground attack like I need a cubed grape right about now. If I had to say, you know, it's a common turn of phrase.
It is now.
Yeah. Oh, big arrow.
Who's he got? Oh, the maiden.
Yeah, he hits Seneko in the trees. You know, pointless arrow that's really far away. It's a nice one.
I just really hate being in the position Na'Vi are, with 5 heroes in the base kind of waiting for something to happen. They're probably out of smokes. Oh, they've got 1 smoke and Undying, so at least a way to get out of their base. But it's just, finding the attack is difficult.
That is annoying, but I also hate it when you're 5 heroes standing at like the stairs and you feel like you shouldn't be going. Because like, oh, they're 5 on the high ground and we're 5 down here and like we don't have Aegis anymore.
Allies.
So they were both kind of in a tricky spot there.
And then you get into that kind of tug of war of, you know, who kind of game of chicken, then tug of war. Who blinks first? Who goes to push out side lanes? Who fills the
No,
spot?
it's a tug of war of the same team because the cores want to go farm. But,
Nicky
jump in.
Cool. He had to BKB to defend himself against the Tiny. They blow up Roger, though, as DarkSide with Ramses and DK. Fogus lands the 3-man vacuum, and Ramses onto Lays, forcing the stone form and blowing up. Nicky Cool. Familiar's falling quickly, and the Visage is surrounded. No way out of this. Destroyed by the Morphling, who is absolutely online now with a Crystallis. It's taken 36 minutes, but Ramses double damage rune helping him to secure a couple of good kills.
He's just so terrifying at this point. This was the eventuality that was promised. They really baited Na'Vi into this Lifestealer pick. Like 100% they knew this Lifestealer was coming, and the lack of ban on the Morphling was certainly a bit of an oversight there, considering how commonly it is used as a counter pick to the Lifestealer.
Just an instant
they got him
Morphling.
pretty good. Yeah.
That snap pick. Very apparent. V-Tune
Not to say they couldn't have won this game for Na'Vi, but it is much harder, I think, with the Lifestealer base lineup.
Oh man, Morphling with Rage as well now. V-Tune had to use it to de-ward the high ground. And they
How does it work with open wounds? You get it as long as you have the shard, right?
I assume so,
Rubik.
yeah.
I know. I can't remember if they changed it, because I know it used to be that way, and then for some reason my brain thinks it might have been changed, but anyway. No, he doesn't have it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I think it used to work that way on both Morphling and Rubik, but now it only works that way on Rubik.
Okay.
I think.
So is it, like, if Lifesteal has a shard, will he then get it? Or is it just...
Yes, I think it's reversed.
I
So it's like if
see.
they have the shard, I think you get it.
You're turning
I'll
into
have to do a
them.
demo mode check after. But that's the beauty of Dota, guys. There's a million mechanics, and sometimes you don't want to be 100% certain on things when you're not certain. But hey, I am certain that Lincoln's is very good. Good choice from Rebel there.
Fully protected now. And a great spot also to pivot up to this Ancients area. Start cutting into the bottom wave. That's going to take
Na'Vi are
everything
looking for
that...
that sneaky play again.
They're going to show themselves on that Radiant Ward, though. And your barracks are falling so damn quickly. Lash and Morphling have taken down the ranged already.
That was a great Crystal Nova. It canceled any blink opportunity there from Nicky Cool. Give them a safe de-escalation of the situation. Oh, Nicky. Oh, I got him again. Another Crystal Nova.
And the toss there. Roger. He chucks the Primal Beast across, full staffing away, and the wall is dropped onto Lifestealer while Ramses just waveform straight in on top of V2, and he might be dying through the TP. Successfully home, though. But
That
Na'Vi...
arrow hitting the Darkseer illusion saved him.
Really?
Yeah, because he was taking a lot of damage.
Oh, it's called a cot. I'm just sorry, looking at chat. Yeah, a baby's bed is called a cot.
Okay, I almost said caught as a joke. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm not
I
even
am.
kidding.
Yeah, I'd completely
you guys.
forgotten, but chat, of course, well on top of things. Hey, put the baby in the cot.
I can't believe that.
Take him out of the
That was
pushchair.
almost my. Wow, now I wish I had said that.
Take him out of the
Really
pram.
sniped it there. Yeah, out of the pram into the cot.
Yeah.
cot is only reserved here for the least comfortable of bed. It's just canvas over metal bars. That is a cot. You know, your typical
like an army
military
bed.
cot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's the only time we use that term.
Okay.
So I wouldn't put my baby in a cot. Gotta say, pretty uncomfortable.
I wouldn't put my baby in a I don't know, when I hear stroller, I think of that, the Zimmer frame, you know, the thing that old people use to keep their balance, roll along. In my head, that's what a stroller is. What are we looking at? A minute for Roche. DarkSide, 23k ahead now. It has just been a one-way street this past 15 minutes. And Ramsey's out on his own, just wandering up to high ground, waiting for NaVi to come to him, and another desperate smoke.
So we got Basher Lifestealer, we got Scythe on Visage. All right, these are key items that, given the right circumstance, could win you this fight, despite being at 23k. Because if you just kill that strike right away, that's 23k right there.
Oh, but look at this positioning around the Arcane Rune. NaVi, they're the ones that get jumped, and Melody's blown up. Onslaught, the Primal Beast, he's aiming the Morphling. He did get his BKB off, it looked like. And Ramsey's turning, surviving through it. Not a chance in hell of killing off this Ramsey's Morph. Far too tanky. And Vtune, he's going to have to try and BKB TP home again, leaving the rest of his squad to die. DarkSide didn't lose a single soul. Forced out the buyback from Melody's Undying, and Vtune calls GG.
Yeah, the Roche was spawning in just a moment anyway. DK Focus checked. Wasn't there quite yet, but does not matter. Because they know. That was their last chance. Got a couple items, went for the big fight. And the positioning, like you pointed out right at the start of that fight, just perfect from DarkSide. Like, being up on that high ground there with the vision. And a lot of struggles there from NaVi in this game. It was not nearly as simple to play out with the strategy that they came with this time. Much harder to push, even just through the tier 1s, let alone getting to the tier 2s. And this time, it was the support duo of NaVi that really struggled outside of the laning phase.
Yeah.
Whereas that was DarkSide's problem last match.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Roger, decent timing on his blink, jumping around, getting the catches. And those Aegises on Rebel really gave them that little bit more that they needed just to buy time for the Lesh and the Morphling to get the items they needed. And you were saying it, the only real way they kill him is with that blink pulverized. Once he's got Sand and Yasha BKB, though, this Morphling was untouchable. They chuck everything on him, and he just turns and kills you.
One of the things that I look for a lot right now in this meta, and like pretty much every game, is I look to see what can your team do at 10 minutes, with like 10 to like 15 minutes. Like, how many heroes do you have that can like lead fights or that can like really pressure objectives? And that's one of the problems I would say with NaVi, with the fact that like maybe they could have pressured objectives if they went really hard. Like, maybe their lineup wasn't necessarily the problem, but they certainly didn't really approach the objectives in a way where they were like forcing it with Tombstone, trying to pressure with the birds, partially because maybe they were too worried about the rotations. We talk about how Darkseer is this like farming hero who's just constantly pushing out the waves, but if you try and pressure these towers and you overcommit, it can be a quick TP from the Darkseer, Surge 1 hero, and turnaround play. Despite being sort of greedy, he is still okay, I think, at tower defense. But outside of pressuring objectives, everything was on Nicky Cool. And he had a good start to the game, but it's very hard to keep that momentum going constantly at the rate that they needed before Ramses became too strong.
Yeah, it is that Morphling last pick, right? It was an insta pick and definitely worthy of it. Just, you know, the fact that it's against the Lifestealer feels good, but then you're also kind of forcing Lifestealer to go that Midas build. Because you're in that quandary, right, as Lifestealer, where you've got two very clear options. Either you go super fast-paced and you go Armlet Deso and you just try and run and win the game in like 25 minutes, or you think, hey, I need a Midas to be able to kind of hold out a little bit longer and scale a little bit faster, maybe be a beast 25, 30 minutes in. But if you're doing that, you're giving Ramses all the time in the world. Like, okay, Vtune is 2-1-7. He didn't have an atrocious game, but it didn't feel like he had any real massive impact either, with 350 last hits and all the net worth on his team.
Yep. Well, it was definitely a tough one there, but it's good. Both teams sort of shaking out the dust here, you know, getting themselves nice and limber. We're both warmed up now for a proper Game 3 from both sides.
Absolutely. And we'll be heading to a quick break, returning with that last game of the last series of the day. So see you in a sec.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
And we're back. Here we are. Yeah, you take a sip of that, whatever you're drinking, coffee, water, liquid, hydrate. Yes. NaVi up against DarkSide here. Game 3, as both teams looking very solid in their wins, taking it one apiece and heading here into the final match of today. As Trent, that Morphling was just untouchable, unhandleable.
Unhandleable. I mean, that's what happens when you put water in, right? You know, you try and close your fingers up, but it still seeps through. That's what happened there. Ramsey was just slipping through the cracks of the defense of NaVi.
Yeah.
Should have turned down the temperature, try to freeze that Morphling. Couldn't do it.
Or heat it up, turn him into a gas so he floats away into the atmosphere. Didn't work though.
Man, Lena was banned though. First phase. Not yet though.
Yeah, we can go to the draft, can't we? Away from our faces, into the game. And Ricky, first phase ban from DarkSide. That's some serious respect now. We've had a win and then 2 bans.
Oh, true. Aha. Solved team.
What now, NaVi? How will you win games without your Ricky?
Yeah, let's see about your sleeves here. Well, looks like NaVi are going to ask the same question in regards to a Leshrac. Saying, all right, yeah, you got us with the Disco Pony.
Yeah, do we go Lena first pick?
It definitely feels viable these days if you'd like to. I wouldn't mind seeing some Tusk.
Ooh. Roger Tusk, yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, that's a good hero.
This is where Seneca's just telling Ramses, just pick my maiden now. Like, what's the big deal? Just pick Crystal Maiden.
Let us answer.
Ramses just like, nah.
Apparently they weren't expecting these bans.
Nah, we're picking Centaur or something. It's always curious, start of the season, trying to figure out what teams are doing, especially new rosters. You're not quite sure the direction of the draft and what people are going to be comfortable playing. It's definitely unusual to have this much time spent on your first pick, and it's going to be Roger Tiny again. I saw a lot of success in game 2, so go back for it.
Interesting. I think a common theme for DarkSide in the 2 games is trying to give DK Fogos a game. I feel like even with the Darkseer, like he made some nice vacuums and stuff, but I wouldn't say that his hero, like I think it could have been a lot of other heroes in that game. It could have pretty much been anyone who built Greaves or something. I don't know if like the Darkseer was fully utilized. Like again, didn't have an Agi carry that it was trying to use the wall on and stuff. It wasn't like the best Darkseer game ever. There weren't that many early plays with like Surge and Iron Shell.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to play this time.
He didn't bother going for Aghanim Scepter or Shard, I don't think. I know I looked like 30 minutes in. He was like, no punching anybody, no point. But there is the Tusk with the Mirana. So support duo for NaVi likely locked in place there. But this could be a core Tusk. The way we've seen things going. Could be thrown into the mid lane.
You have, jeez. Okay, so that's what I wondered about the Tiny was like, because I think that the Tiny, that's a good way to open up for a Darkseer for sure. They combo really well together throughout the entire game. You can say the same thing about Tusk, but maybe the nuke potential of Darkseer or of Tiny's a little bit better for the Darkseer at the earlier point, as opposed to Tusk being more reliant on tag team to help boost up that damage. I still think Tusk is like the best hero I think of this patch right now, because to me he just lets you go and get fights pretty securely at even before level 6, right? You can like give the tome to the other support in situations where it makes sense, and like Tusk can just start it off. It's great.
Yeah, all you need is level 2, right? Just snowball shards or snowball tag team, and you're good to go. I also really like this Darkseer when you've got a player like Ramses on your team, because you know that he's going to be on some kind of hard position 1 carry hero, and the fact that again Mirana and Tusk kind of dogpile heroes. They snowball, grab someone. They roll around, arrow lands, you get on top of an opponent, then you got this vacuum to reset and make sure that it's a saving mechanism in team fights. It's a way just to kind of delay and extend the lives of your carry.
It's definitely the big turnaround option. It's always been highly regarded for its ability to do that. And they're going to ban out some other good combos with the Darkseer there, though. Take care of that Ember Spirit. Also been a great hero to pair with Mirana.
Yeah.
But NaVi going to remove that as an option for themselves at the very least. And likely going to end this phase, unless they have something that can double for like a Nikki cool and a Laze hero. Probably just going to be a Laze hero coming out of this. Or they could pick their position 1 for V2 if they're confident, like the match. Yeah, like the Anti-Mage, for example. That could have been something for sure. Where it's just like, yeah, we know what the lane's going to be. It's going to be Tiny Darks here.
Yeah.
Still a little surprised they go for that ban. I feel like, I don't know if that hero's that good right now.
It's just
Even if
against
it's
Darkseer, isn't it? Yeah. Your hero just becomes a non-factor.
10 seconds left. Well, 8.
And you'll feel really dumb if you lose to it, I guess. You know, that's definitely a reasonable consideration.
Don't want to lose to AM.
I don't want to be dumb losing to AM. I don't want to be those guys.
I really want to see what Laze is capable of outside of Visage, though. We've had, what, 2 games in a row now of him on that. One looked good when the draft played around it. Second one just looked like, you know, your average Visage game. He did all right, bought some auras, but it wasn't spectacular by any means. But, yeah, I'm not sure where they could head. Like, Centaur is an option out that's become increasingly popular. It's something
He's
that
playing a lot of Enigma as well, which is pretty good with Mirana, I think, in a lot of situations. But I mean, also have the Tusk too, so probably going to be playing with the Tusk in the lane. But either way, I just like I like Enigma when you have someone who is very good at roaming early, so be it Mirana or Tusk. I think that your ability to solo the lane at times with the creep equilibrium and everything is really beneficial to the support player. It lets them like get things rolling. The only problem with committing to it this early is, well, number one, Enigma has quite a few counter picks available. Things like, you know, even just as simple as a silencer can still be pretty annoying, even if Black Hole's not like the big focus. And then on top of that, you know, people are gonna like, you don't know what the mid is, so maybe a very survivable mid hero, and then it's harder for the Mirana or the Tusk to get those ganks off, and then the whole lane isn't that great.
Especially with the prevalence of your snipers, Lenas, these long range heroes, even the Lash, you know, we saw them used as maybe not counters to Enigma overall, but counters to Black Hole in particular. Like, Lesh pops BKB Bloodstone, you Black Hole him. Yeah, whatever, he doesn't care, he survives. Sniper and Lena with 1,000 attack range are very difficult to close the gap on. Lots of heroes out there that can contend with him, but here we go. NaVi with the techies. So that's position 4 techies. That means Tusk is middle.
That's funny. I was actually thinking about Death Prophet for NaVi because all those China games. Yeah, I think you're probably right though. Probably Tusk mid. But they're gonna have choices. They got some shifty options available here. We had a lot of techies this morning. That's why neither of us are kind of jumping out of our chairs here. There's the previous series that has already featured techies today, and techies still doing just techies things. You know, didn't what did it go? What 1-1? I think. Not sure, but it's still a very interesting hero with all the changes. I like it in the laning stage for just like securing range creeps. I think the key is to not get like it reminds me of like laning against a Crystal Maiden, where like just don't let them get too many double Crystal Novas. I feel the same way about the Blast Off. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, there she is. Seneca's hero comes out in 4th pick. Yeah, the fact that techies, you know, pre-enemy BKB timings can solo kill some heroes, Blast Off with the mind placement.
Yeah,
it can get real disgusting. Yeah, such a strong hero when you've got the ability with Mirana and Tusk and techies just to all jump on one target and blow them up.
And they were doing it this morning with the Centaur combo, right? Which is like kind of a common thing. This idea of like Centaur plus techies, you know, the stun, the damage, lots of nuke potential. You could do a similar thing with Tusk if it's a core 3 for sure. So they still have plenty of options here for where they want to put these final 2 counter picks here from NaVi. And obviously you want those options to be open when you're at this point in the draft.
Do you remember when you could snowball techies' minds?
Yes. Yeah. I always think about that when I see these 2 heroes.
Yeah.
And then even after they fixed it, when you would snowball, you would click them and they'd actually add the damage to the snowball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think that eventually got fixed too.
Yeah, there was some disgusting stuff going on with these 2 heroes.
For anyone wondering, literally there was a point where they were just sort of bugged. You could click them and grab them and they would go with you in the snowball.
Yeah, they were a unit that you could drag in the snowball along and then blow up immediately on contact.
That should be left in, honestly. That's cool.
Yeah, okay, Trent. Yeah, cool.
Dude, remote, you know, the mines are gone. All right? It's over.
Proxy mines only now. Mr. Faceless Void.
Radiant gets to ban.
And he's gonna He's gonna sustain against Darkseer in lane. What else is he good at here? Just a big long cooldown massive ulti to trap people in with that chrono.
Right.
Late game security with a void.
Definitely a comfort hero, I think. Just this hero that it gives you that last pick of yours. It gives you so many options. Like even if it's not the best game for that hero, it's gonna have a lot of options. That is a crazy ban. Why did they just ban Beastmaster?
10 seconds left.
Are they worried about a mid techies?
It's
And they would
mid
go-
Tusk, right? Mid Tusk,
5
5
seconds.
techies, 4
Yeah, but-
Mirana.
But then with 3 Beastmaster, like I don't think you'd have enough damage into the chrono if it was
Yeah.
like mid Tusk though. That's why I wonder if they're worried about like an E-Blade Thompson style techies or something.
Maybe you're right. Is it time to go on Nicky Cool's Dota buff and see what he's about?
I mean,
Is
he
it-
already
is he-
played mid Dazzle,
Yeah.
so you can tell he watches the Thompson stream. You know,
Ringle's up, banning
maybe
time.
Thompson watches the Nicky stream. You know, maybe it's the other way around. I shouldn't be so presumptuous here.
Let's have a look. Is it pub profile? I don't see any techies on his first page.
Oh, not hidden. What a gamer.
Yeah,
Gotta respect that.
everything's wide open.
Yeah. All right. He played some Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
looking.
not mid though, unfortunately. I
Oh.
hate to break it to you guys.
5
Damn it.
seconds.
It looks like he's a Zeus Puck Bat Rider, Primal Beast.
He's practicing his Tusk though. He's definitely been jumping in there, so it's most likely just gonna be normal old Tusk mid.
Probably, yeah. And Magnus gone as well. Yeah, that would be nice with the Empower on the Faceless Void. Another big ulti to cycle through.
Dyer's choice. Let's give him a second.
Is
Lot
Doom
of
still in,
heroes to
right?
choose from.
Yeah,
Doom
we've
has some issues versus Death Prophet, but I don't
not seen Doom at all today, have we?
Radiant's up.
know.
At least in EEU.
Naga Siren.
Ooh, the late
Okay.
Naga Siren.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Ramses
With-
Naga.
With a Darkseer, against all these heroes that jump, like all 4 heroes in NaVi jump in at some point. If you're
I
able
swear. They gave back the vacuum
10
like
seconds.
what was that? Like it must have been like a year and a bit ago now that you were able to now vacuum songed units again.
5
And I
seconds.
don't know if I've seen it more than like twice in a pro game.
No, I swear, like nobody knows that happened. I still have people in pubs being like, "You can't do it." Like you can though. They
For
changed
the record,
it.
everyone, it is back. Yeah, you can vacuum invulnerable units, which is also why you can vacuum Ember out of his remnants.
Like, can you vacuum Storm out of Ball Lightning?
Yeah,
What? Okay, I
unless
did-
that got changed, but it did work. Remember that when everyone was doing the 6 nulls or whatever storm, that was a counter. You could actually vacuum him out of that.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty incredible.
but I'm not sure if that one works anymore. A lot of trickery in the Dota world.
Yeah, lots of loopholes. That's what we like.
There are a lot of loopholes.
Loopholes made of spaghetti.
Okay, what's a crazy nuking position 3 that can do a bunch of damage in the chrono? I feel like this Tusk should be 3, and I want like a Lena-esque hero mid. Wait,
OD.
Lena's still in. Just pick Lena.
Just pick OD.
Just go 3 Tusk. All right, OD's kind of hyped too.
OD3?
But-
Yeah.
The Ags. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this Tusk should just be a core, and
Cave
we just
Johnson.
or an
Who's
off lane. We just pick Lena, but
Let's
grab ourselves
hello.
a Timber.
Timber
Also
and
something that
techies.
he's been playing a lot, by the way. Oh, Nicky Cool's still gonna go Tusk. Okay.
Okay. So Tusk against DP. Timber is going to be up against what? Naga Maiden. And you'll have it's a techie. A techie's Timber lane as well. That's going to be real nasty.
That's a lot of AoE damage versus the illusions. Those illusions are just gone. I feel like they're gonna try and dodge that matchup, and they're gonna try and put the Naga Siren versus the Faceless Void.
And then Darkseer against Timber. So yeah, we could end up with tri lanes, couldn't we? We could end up with
Yeah.
Timber against Darkseer, like in the top lane, bot lane. I guess
Bottom,
wherever
probably, or no, yeah, probably top, yeah.
wherever they
And
end
they'll
up.
probably- Oh wait, no, it'll probably be bottom because they'll probably take the Naga Siren. No wait, Naga and Dire. Yeah, no, Naga's probably gonna want to stay top, so that would make sense.
They'll be in one of the side lanes, Trent.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know, tri-lane with Void Techies Mirana against Tiny Maiden Naga?
I think Navi try and keep the Timbers on the
2-1-2.
techies matching the Naga, I think. That would be my guess at least.
Yeah, we'll see what they get up to. I mean, I can never get enough of these team intros. When they added that, I was just so happy. Having like dramatic
Yeah.
music and meteors falling from the sky, a hero appearing in front of you.
Spooky 1-2 with the Dire Tide. Yeah, it's nice that we have choices.
I'm being chased by the Roche. I need to hack the console.
All right,
Oh,
get ready.
look at Ramses with these hacks, dude.
What's he
He's
doing?
hacking.
What's he done?
Oh, he's trying to sell his boots, but he's messing up the micro. Okay, there you go. So he did this. He came out with his brown boots, made his illusion, sent them out, and then he sends the boots back to sell them in time so he can buy his real items. Lyrical does this all the time.
See, this is the funny thing. That's a turbo strat. And like I've played a lot of turbo in the past, I don't know, 3 years since it came out. Probably my main mode of play. And this was, you know, before everyone had an individual courier, and before people were spamming mangoes, before we had these boots things. Everyone's in turbo's doing it. It's just normal Dota has become turbo meta. Play faster, do things speedier.
Seems a little unnecessary in this case, I gotta say. Usually you use it because then you can get to the, like sometimes if you're buying something at like the side shop or whatever, or the secret shop or something, you can like get down here and then sell there, and then you bring it on the courier, and that way you're down faster for the wards. But
also the fact his illusions were like AFK in the mid lane for a while.
yeah, he like totally missed out on all the benefits.
Didn't do too much. Just trying to get a bit of information, scout things out. Early days. Well, Radiant with a high ground obs ward, watching into dire triangle.
Remember,
He's going to secure them both bottom runes.
But also offense.
Looks like DarkSide going to get both of the top ones.
And offense of the ancients.
DarkSide played Radiant both games, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is the first time NaVi are on Radiant.
Okay. It's just always interesting thinking about the priority of that, because I know a lot of teams do like that dire side, the jungle, access to Roshan, the ability to like push bot lane a little safer. We'll see if that changes any of the game plan here from NaVi, as they do put that Timber Techies together against the Naga and the Maiden.
I mean, this looks, I would guess this seems great. Oh, he has to go for the D ward in time. Easy peasy. And Snake takes, not only does he take a lot of damage, they basically like trade evenly. Sweet Shot takes a little bit more, but the camp's going to be open. And Snake will have to body. Oh, nice grab on the wave.
Yeah, take it back to tower.
Did you see that? Snake made big plays. That wave was about to go under the tower, and he just aggroed it in time to stop him from going under the tower to catch this next wave here so that Ramses can stay safe while he's farming right now.
Very nice. He's taking a lot of damage for it though, Seneko. These little mines chucked out by Sweden Strong are annoying. And it also means, you know, Timber Sword's going to get pretty much free reign of that lane. Maiden is not having a good time. Back to the tower you go. So it looks like V-Tune does get a courier kill down bot. Roger and Malady creating a new lane for themselves, dragging Radiant Creep Wave into one of the camps. That's the strength of that Tiny. You know, DarkSide just sits in lane, pressures V-Tune a little bit, gets a farm going for himself, while Tiny's roaming around doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, like you were saying though, like Seneko, that is painful. Constantly being hit by these sticky bombs. They only cost 100 mana right now. And then you're a Crystal Maiden, so 30% slow, I think. 25% slow for 3 seconds after. Ouch. Painful. Sorry, 15% for 3 seconds after. Plus you're slow for the initial cast with the faster cast point now too. So it's very hard to contend with. Like you cast your spell and that's kind of it. We'll have the double spell in a second here though, so obviously a pretty big advantage. But then you have to worry about getting too low because like Blast Off's coming soon. And you're very sad.
It's going to be a difficult game of keeping Ramses alive in that lane. It also feels like if Sweden Strong's able just to sit away from XP range, get Lays to level 3 as quickly as possible, there's just nothing to stop this Timber Saw. Do you think there's a world in which Tier 1 tower falls in the first, like, I don't know, 6-7 minutes just because Timber's unstoppable?
100%, yeah. I think like once he gets level 6, I don't think they can stay in the lane.
Yeah.
Because like the shotgun's just too much, the spam's too much. It's just not worth it at that point. You're better off just farming jungle.
And Seneko will reclaim access to his small camp. Oh, Sweden Strong is going to put his body there, isn't he?
Oh, no,
the frostbite, the timing. Ooh, he's going to block it. No pulls for you, Seneko. Very well done. Again, you know, all of our attention sucked into one of these interesting lanes. Mid, farm trade, DP Tusk. Tusk, this tanky strength hero, just getting all the farm he needs. And
oh, nice. He did ice shards for a couple lasses under the tower, and then gets the snowball in there. Nicky's spending it all because he knows that's all that matters, right? It's like, I'm never killing this Death Prophet. I just want to get as many lasts as I can.
Yeah. Get farm, get fat as fast as you can. Take a little bit of damage from these Spirit Siphons early. Very annoying, but he gives as good as he takes. And down at bottom, Mirana being battered by the Roger. Tiny does have the Wind Lace to increase his speed to try and get away from this Mirana from time to time, but actually turns to fight. There's no arrow. There's a leap and a Starstorm. Oh, does Malady want to go for this? The double leap Starstorm? There's not enough damage. Oh, wait, with the time dilation, the leap
so
forward.
close.
He tries to go for the kill. The damage over time, taking him lower, but he's under the tower with a Tango regen. So Roger survives.
No way. I'm pretty sure he hit 1. I'm checking. He was so low. He actually hit 1. He took 10 damage from time dilation, went from 11 to 1.
Oh my god.
And then he regened up in time.
I knew
That is
it was
so annoying.
I knew it was close, but 1 HP. The difference between life and death there. Now he can just stay in lane, regen back up. A couple of mangoes.
That was first blood too. When it would have been to the Faceless Void as well. He'd have a Midas right now. He would actually have Midas.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like,
A 4
oh,
minute
that's
Midas.
so close.
And it just allows this DarkSide to keep dragging the wave. The farm up quickly. And Roger just continually playing forward. We're going to see it.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on.
DP and Tusk. Who makes the first move? Who goes into a side lane? Like, Tusk kind of has to wait for the DP to do it, or else he...
Tusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of
I mean,
damage.
it depends on the runes too. Tusk wants a nice rune, I guess. That'd be a big one. And by a nice rune, I mean, actually, you know, he does pretty well with all the runes, honestly, because he has the good initiation. But he can get even freer initiation, because then you can do like invis into Walrus Punch, and then if they try to escape, snowball and everything, which is great.
Just keep catching up.
Great with the haste rune. Great with DD.
Great with a salve being brought to him by Sweden Strong.
Yeah, also good. Also good.
Techie's just walked mid to salve his Tusk. That's your job now. You're going to stack the jungle as well? Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good. Seneko realizing this.
Less concerned about pressuring, right? Than I maybe would have expected.
Yeah, it feels like Timber just like hit level 4, so he's fine now. But I want to see this Techies really make some plays. And getting in onto this mid lane, DP turns with a Spirit Siphon. Blast off's level 1, but doesn't go for it. And I felt that as well. A bit of packet loss there, it felt like. Guild server having a hiccup.
Yeah, I was envisioning more like resource and consumable spend into the top lane to try and slow down Ramses, but it feels like they're just saying, you know, that puts Timber in a certain place. Like maybe once he's the Soul Ring, you're feeling a little bit better about constantly spamming like that. But it feels like they're kind of getting away with a little bit on this Naga side right now.
Well, like Laser's missing out a full creep wave at his tower. I'm not sure what Seneko is signaling there. It looks like he wants to try and maybe get some vision in the triangle to see if stacks are being made, but he's going to make a walk across.
Yeah, looks that way.
Another quiet game, though. Like 5 minutes in, no first plus is not what I've come to expect.
No, not in any region, let alone Eastern Europe. You know, I spent a DPC here last year. It's frightening.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's a 5v5 before Rune Spawn. Here we go. 10 heroes dead.
Now, where were we?
Classic.
Like,
Classic instant spawn.
We literally had one of those during TI quals. There was a 5v5 into Dire Jungle, and I think 7 heroes died. It was like a 4-3 start before Rune spawned. And here we are waiting 5.5 minutes in for first blood to happen. Another little attempt, maybe just a bit of chip damage onto the DP, but Seneko's joined the fray and TPing Tiny in.
I do love how Ramses is playing this. This is so obnoxious. I did not anticipate this. Constantly pulling him off to the side like this, putting the pressure on Lays to just like sort of stick there. He can double farm the camp at the same time when it's up. Although they've had it blocked this whole time, so never mind. Thought maybe there was an additional strat there.
Alright, it's good though. And he gets a high
But the
ground.
minus is done. So.
On the Void? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting ready.
Malady.
Mirana has a couple of leaps. Raindrops helping out there as well. There's a lot of poking and prodding, trying to find a way to unsettle NaVi. Yeah, they've got like 3 side lanes right now. VTune, closing in on level 6. Oh, he needs these couple of creeps to die to get it. But surrounded right now by 3 DarkSide heroes, he gets a ward down a Sea Snake. That's so nicely placed, but he doesn't know where Roger is.
Yeah, Roger with the tree grab in behind to sneak his way out of the tower.
Iron Shell onto Roger. V-Tune time walks over the top of the Tiny. And now he has Chrono ready. He's hit level 6.
And he has level 3 time walk too. Maybe unexpectedly. Like, I don't know if you would guess that, right? This early at level 6 have 3 points. I don't know if I see that often. So he's actually pretty safe in this situation. Maybe why they're so confident leaving him alone.
Yeah, that's true. He does lose his boots though to Roger's Tiny backstabbing.
This inventory, dude. Herald or Immortal. You know?
On the Tiny or?
No, the Faceless Void minus Quelling
Oh. Yeah, I guess it depends what time of the game it is, you know? 7 minutes in, yeah, okay, fine, but he's doing good for himself. Every time I look at Ramsey, like he's cleared out stacks, he's cutting wave, killing couriers. What can't this man do? Getting so much done. Oh, nice dodge on the sticky bomb as well, just mirror imaging away from it. Lays, he's level 6, so he does have that chakram available. Knowing that Naga's level 5, no song could give him a chance. Attempt the kill here onto Ramses. There's level 6 on the Naga. Level up the song. I'm probably going to go for the song TP home, I'd assume, right now. Oh, he's waiting. He's biding his time. Hey, oh, Nicky Cool's got the first blood. There's the song from Ramses. Well, down at bottom. Okay, it's happened. Who died?
Yeah, they did Chrono.
DarkSide.
I'm so surprised. What's Sweetstrong doing? He's 0-0-0 on tankies. I really thought they would try and get this pressure in, but it's really interesting to see how he's so much more passive about this. Like, he's catching the waves. He's getting some golden XP for himself. Oh, DP's coming.
Oh, nice toss. Roger looked like he was dead to rights there, but now Mirana, the one getting caught out. DP with that speedy haste rune comes down bottom, looks for the tier 1 as well. Kick V-Tune out of this lane. Oh, he's already used Time Walk. Oh, this is dangerous for V-Tune. In comes DK Focus from the north as well. Another Time Walk ready in a second, but the silence lasts too long. The value point is silence from the DP.
Oh, that's so painful. He tried to wait it out. He would have had such a huge region. Not that it really mattered. He probably dies again after anyway, to be honest, because no one else was rotating.
That's just a freebie tower for them. But yeah, you're right, like Sweden strong. After the laning stage, he's like tried to sit mid, not really been able to get involved with anything.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I really was expecting more pressure with blast off and sticky bombs. Oh, there's some.
Yeah, kill off the Tiny, but now the TP reaction's coming in. Oh, I guess cancelled. Looks like DP got, yeah, she got arrowed.
She got arrowed, yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Sweetstrong.
There's a butterfly. There's a butterfly chasing techies.
Here.
There's a frostbite.
All right, never mind. He doesn't live here.
The courier.
He's using the courier.
The couriers are coming. Oh, Ramses is dead. Oh no.
Oh.
Our first T-tools of the day.
Tiny's coming.
The techies is more important. So Naga died up at top to the Tusk and Timbersaw. They've got a lot of T's on their team. Techies is there as well. Tasteless Void.
All right, now I know I haven't been in on the Naga builds. Is this the thing? The Void Stone?
The Orchid, right?
That early though? Like you just grab. I mean, obviously you get it. You know, eventually you're gonna get the Orchid. That's really cool. I didn't know that you picked up the Void Stone that early. I thought like the Yasha and Clarities would be more valuable.
I think I've seen Dahak even go first item Orchid. Like he goes.
Oh really?
Like Orchid into Manta. Maybe he went Yasha into Orchid then Manta. But I feel like I saw a couple of games where he had it very early on.
I mean, it does make sense because like so much of the damage is just this Riptide. You know, as long as you just keep spamming your mana, you don't necessarily need the Yasha.
Yeah. It gives you some pretty good opportunities against heroes like Faceless Void and even the Timbersaw to some extent as well. Dead even game though. Tier 1 tower being shoved in, but they've got Glyph, they've got heroes nearby. Rail with a DD rune. Just gonna hold out on that right hand side of the tower. Can they actually come in and stop this at all? Like Seneco's level 5 still. No freezing field. Yeah, they're going to realize if we don't bring all 5 here, there's no way we can actually march towards this NaVi lineup that's set themselves up so wonderfully. Oh, Mirana. Frostbite into silence. She's going to survive. Even wants the high five on the leap away. And Dar Observer sees them all moving up to top. So Roger, we get a little bit more free time here to work towards his blink.
So I'm hyper-analyzing Naga Siren builds right now across other games to see if anyone else did this. And I haven't seen anyone else do this. It's very cool.
Okay.
I like it. But I'm sure someone else has. But, you know, I'm just quickly checking out, you know, a burning game, a Monet game. They're not into it. All right, all right. Intriguing.
Did you see the Dahak games there?
No, I wasn't that fast.
Okay.
But I believe you.
I mean, I may be absolutely wrong. You know, I've got...
Oh, I'm sure there's other people doing it. It's just nice. But for now, NaVi looking great. There is a lot of pressure on Ramsey's Naga 2 farm, and obviously his jungle's being invaded constantly by Laze, so that makes it very difficult. He's not getting the full value here. Laze has unlimited mana at this point because he has Occult Bracer, Raindrops, Soul Ring, and Arcane Boots.
And
So
the wand.
he's the Crystal Maiden now.
Right. Can I kill him? 4 heroes surrounding the Timber Saw. Lays down to half HP. The toss and the Centaur stomping. The Centaur. Oh!
Dude, what?
I think he had a chance to live. Yeah, or Chrono
I
bottom.
actually think he lives.
They
catch
catch
Centaur.
the Darks here in the bubble. DK Focus with the hood, though. Not tanky enough. So 4 heroes required from each team to kill off the position 3.
Yeah, right. All right, Dota 2. I see your game here.
Deary me. Tanky fellas.
Tower is about to be a pile of smoking rock.
And they've got to keep it even as well. I mean, 4-4. 1k lead for NaVi, but it feels meaningless right now. But
Yes, and the scaling's kind of frightening, I think. Is okay, all right, Malady.
yeah. Just coming back to the point you made 5-6 minutes ago, the pressure, right? We were expecting this Techies Timber to... okay, they killed the tier 1, but why is the Timber Saw not on tier 2? They've not really been able to chase down Ramses that much. 1 death is all that he's had to contend with, really.
I think maybe they're just waiting for that like really big moment. I don't know. I feel like that's now though. For like, you know, oh, great vision by the way from DarkSide, seeing where Nicky's rotating on this Tusk, because Tusk should be the one putting fear into them right now, I would imagine. But he's going right into the BKB, which is great, but it's a long ways away. And this is a mid Tusk, who I think is pretty, you know, reliant on just fighting constantly and trying to go for these kills and putting this threat and pressure on the map. But there's amazing vision from DarkSide. They're spotting where Malady's moving right now. They know exactly where Laze is from all these wards. So that was something they struggled with a lot in game 1 and has been dramatically improved.
No, they see absolutely everything. That means Roger has that freedom again just to sit top lane, wait for the waves of creeps to crash into his tower. What is he now? 800 gold away from Blink. Very important item for them. I mean, it's their primary form of catch. Oh, they can have some tanky heroes as well. Like Sanjin Yasha, sorry. Kaya Yasha is nearly done there for the DP. As I've T-Tours once more. Darkseer down bottom lane.
My bad. It's all right.
No, that's me just monologuing
they
a little bit.
Killed him. It was free. It was nothing. I actually thought you were just talking over it because it was such a nothing. He just got snowballed and died. Like, they just jumped on him. He had nowhere to go. He threw down wall. There wasn't a lot of hope.
Ramses was nearby, but he's farming.
And that's the thing. He's farming. I actually don't know how NaVi win this game. Like, am I crazy? I'm looking right now. It's like how do they go high ground, for example? Look at their tricore. They have a tricore of Faceless Void, Timber Saw, and Tusk.
Got it.
Yeah,
Going high ground looks awful. How do you
like
kill Roche?
Yeah, you need to win the game in the next, like, 10 minutes, it feels like, honestly.
You need such a massive lead.
Like, okay, you've got a Faceless Void who, I don't know, over the past year and a half has become the king of late game. Just getting to late game, you're going to have to really weather the storm because DarkSide, they're ready. Orchid in 300 gold for Ramses, but I don't think they even need that right now.
I think the fact that Roger's getting his blink this easily is a big problem. Like, it looks like he's not really under threat. He's just kind of chilling. He's taking the dead lane, getting blink dagger. Even if he dies here, it doesn't really matter because, oh, one more last hit. Come on. Come on. Oh, don't die now.
That was a juicy range creep.
Yeah.
Even Sineko is like pushing all the way to tier 2 bot, frostbiting the Tusk.
Yeah, I think you lost. Once this happens, like, I think it's over. You're mentally destroyed.
I'm coming back to the tankies. Sweden strong. I thought this would be the hero to really cement the position of NaVi, but he's 1-1-1. Not really been.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, not involved in too much at all. Usually you just see like blast off, take his mines everywhere. He's been farming away. Chase on to Malady.
I can only picture like the one blast off.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen more than one or two. Malady dying by tier 3, getting chased down by Roger. Like that move doesn't even really relinquish any of the pressure either. Immediate smoke from DarkSide is looking for that bonus kill wherever they can find it. I don't know if they want to go and laze. They want to try and hunt in the triangle. Maybe try and find the Faithless Void.
Get a little warning mission down. Some good vision. Oh, did they just double odds? Whoops. I think Seneko said, I'm going to ward here, and Roger was just like jamming out some tunes or something. Because they both pinged it, and they both slapped a ward down. So a little unfortunate. And they're still going to get this big wraparound here.
Yeah, all the way in behind. Lotus Orb up on the Timber, though.
Oh, imagine
and the Timber chain away. Avalanche misses.
Oh, ankles broken. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ankles broken.
Does DP have ankles?
They're there. You know, she's floating, so maybe it doesn't count.
She has legs, right? Does she have feet? Maybe I shouldn't be looking up her skirt on a DPC stream. That's probably not ideal.
Yeah, she got legs. She got some nice boots on right now, actually.
Oh.
I think they look like boots, or are they just feet?
I have no idea. I couldn't see.
Aficionados in the chat, let me know.
Are they boots? Are they heels? Are they flip-flops? Sandals?
All the Street Fighter players know what I'm talking about. They know.
Oh, why? Is there a meme?
No, they got... I don't know what's going on with those devs, man. They got feet issues.
Well,
the double observer ward. They see him twice. It's 20/20 vision in the triangle right now. Well, the place formerly known as the triangle.
They see Marana twice. She dies once. Easy pickings. And tier 1 in trouble now as well. They'll try and put Lays here on the front lines. Try and defend. Ramses does die to Nikki Cool down bottom, but in the mid lane, Lays, he's onto Seneko. Rail here with the Exo and the Spirit Siphon. They've got a lot of damage, and that's not enough tankiness for the Timber Sword to withstand it. So Naga died down bottom without Chrono being expended either. Just Timber and Faithless Void battering into her. V2. Avalanche on 2. Roger's going to toss the Faithless Void, and they've got the silence on him. He's got no way to escape it. No BKB. And no survival for V2. It really is just all falling apart for them now.
And this is with your Naga dying, and this still looks this good right now. Surged in Tiny. Oh, does he find him? Nah. Not going to jump. Not going to pop his dust.
Oh. Malady. The double observer ward. He found it.
Oh, did he get the... Ooh, that's nice.
Scanning around for enemies.
Even tips Seneko.
Yeah,
thanks for the free money.
That's more than a kill.
It's plenty. I heard an orchid. What's he's orchiding creeps?
Yeah, I panicked for a second too. I immediately went on. I didn't know you could hear it that far away. I was looking at the other side of the map.
That global sound.
Some global orchiding, huh?
His net worth's not looking great. I mean, he's in 5th place. Not a massive gap between any of the top 5. And Nikki Cool. BKB'd up, though. Surviving the onslaught. Getting Sweden strong out of there. Still waiting for the Observer to see any of these Chronos, though. And the Observer is me, by the way.
Find a new guy. The Observer. This is good. It's a good strat.
Yeah, just blame a person that doesn't exist. That's the way out of all of life's troubles.
I can't believe we got Reginald on the obs again.
Reginald. Oh, good old Reggie. Reggie and Jeremy. The two people catching all the flack.
We have a Bottle Up Haste Rune here in the mid. So, you know, maybe Nikki could find something.
Maybe. What was the name of the... Wait, was Reginald the name of the duck? BTS's... Do you remember?
No, that was Tyrone, I think.
Was it Tyrone, the wooden duck we had?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad I got to meet him a couple of times. Beautiful.
He went on to become quite a, you know, in the Smash scene as well, you know.
Oh, really?
That duck was, yeah, he was the trophy for one of the summits.
Oh, he's a popular figure.
Yeah, he's well known, well-established figure in the esports scene.
Oh, jeez.
He's cast more games than you.
Probably.
Okay, probably not, actually.
Don't know about that. Oh, Roger, hello. He sees them.
Oh, when you place the off sentry and they jump away, you're like, okay, yeah, we're good. Surprised he didn't go for the D ward.
Smoking rocks.
Look, I'd be feeling very confident at that moment.
A little bit spooked. All right, it's time for NaVi to Moonlight Shadow. 3 at DarkSide, or 2 now, under smoke, but Ramsey's again with a pause. And it's like you were saying, the fact that these fights are going so well for DarkSide, just in like a 4v5. Once Ramsey's has his Heart of Tarask, it's going to be such a challenging game for NaVi. And the map is getting pretty small for them as well. Like that is the, I feel, key factor of this Naga Siren. Just being able to cut waves and you're forcing your opponents to be held back on their side of the river.
Oh, yeah. A frustrating hero to play both against and with. Because when I'm playing support with a Naga on my team, I just know. Like, I've never seen a creep wave again. The illusions just push out. You know, they go to the danger zone. I don't get any farm.
The vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. She sucks it all up. But, you know, then she wins the game for me, so it's okay. It's all that really matters.
Just suck it. When your Naga's out on the map and she's farming, you just suck it.
Banging away on the drums.
Yeah, we just need some kid on the drums in the background.
A nice obs place there as they watch these illusions farm. Soak up some XP. Oh, bash that courier. No items for you, he says. That definitely gives away your ward, though. That seemed kind of unnecessary, because I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, there's no way the DarkSide come near that. They're all positioned up towards top. There's Roger D-warding, just hiding on top of a cliff, waiting for someone to come.
This lineup is just so funny to me from NaVi. I don't actually know what the endpoint is. Like, do you need Ags on Timbersaw? Like, where's the damage, dude? I mean, he still has level 1 chakra. Even. There's truly no damage.
It's all the Faithless Void's right clicks, yeah. God, I really don't know. It just felt at the end of the draft it was V-Tune against the world, basically. Try and have some good lanes, and like he's just dying to Naga illusions. You can't fight against them.
I legitimately want NaVi to win so I can see how. Because to me, there's just like, short of a complete meltdown of just like throwing a bunch of fights. Oh, hey, I mean, they keep killing Naga, to be fair. That was a sick coverage from Roger. Let's go.
Really nice toss as well.
No, you can't live.
He doesn't have Bling.
You have to die.
They're trying to chase him. They've got sticky bombs on him. Absolutely will take down Roger Tiny now. But yeah, it's like one of those like chess scenarios, right? Where you have to try and find, you know, black to play, mate in one. Where is it? It's hidden somewhere.
In the multiverse, there's one universe where NaVi win this game. I just need to see it.
Oh, wow.
I need an Oracle pick here.
What's my button for?
It's actually not that bad. It's only 55% technically for DarkSide.
I'm glad you knew which button I was talking about.
Yeah, I got you. Where's my multiverses button?
I just don't want to press the pause. Oh, I guess they disabled pauses for spectators.
Yeah, we don't get the pause anymore. Thank God.
I'm still antsy about it though. I look at my keyboard. I'm like, F9 is the first thing my eyes focus on. Like, don't press the button. Just don't press F9. But yeah, at any point it feels like DarkSide can just waltz across the river with a smoke or position themselves in front of an objective. Or Roshan's alive. You know, you've got EXO level 2. Pop into the pit and have a bit of a party.
I mean, you know NaVi aren't doing it.
And they're pinging it now.
Is very unlikely to happen. I mean, I guess at this point, 24 minutes in, they could do it, but it's still going to be quite slow.
The dusk is always
and meanwhile, Naga just pushing your bottom lane, so you always have to come down and prune away at these creep waves, maintain that push that she's bringing. Because now you look at the map, you think, okay, well, bot lane's at tier 2. Kind of want to send someone down to farm there, and Nicky Cool is heading. But that's... Oh, yeah. Blows up inside the Roche pit. So NaVi knows it's happening now. But can or will they do something about it? They're smoking.
I like that they scanned to make sure they didn't just, like, back out instantly.
Roger breaks vision. Blinks away from the Chakram. Exo's going for this DP. And Lade's trying to front line and open... Oh, the silence! He was trying to time walk in. Now he BKB's up, and the 3-man Chrono's there. But where is the damage? It's in onto the Naga Siren with an arrow to stun her as well. But Ramsey's... There it is! A mega kill for Nicky Cool. The jump away from Sweden Strong. The Techie's still alive as Laze looks to blow the Darkseer. And Malady leaping out of the freezing field. Seneco's had enough. Rebel trying to give chase on the Timbersaw. So we lose the Naga and the Techies 1 for 1. But that's advantage NaVi. Arrow. Oh. It lands on the Maiden. And Lays, he knows he can go straight in on top of them. Blow up the Dogs here and the Maiden. DK Focus barely surviving while in the back lines. The Void tossed around and doesn't time walk away.
Wait, what? What? Oh, he got caught by the silence.
The DP and the Tiny, they silence, man.
Oh, they got split up going for the secondary kills. The long fight should favor NaVi, right? With these, like, the way they're outside of Chrono, like, Tusk likes these longer fights.
Well, Tusk is, yeah. Speaking of long fights, he's keeping this one
nice
going.
Force staff.
Roger. He's going to die to whirling death and all the nonsense that they bring. Even with that silence from the DP, NaVi secure another kill around the Roche pit, who's at half health right now.
Like
that's a nice play for Senego, though. Like, trying to stop those arrow combos, because they really rely on those. I mean, Ramses didn't come back to the fight, so there was no chance for an actual turnaround after something like that, but those are the kind of plays that they're going to need. And, well, unfortunately, with Navi's lineup, they definitely cannot do it with Faceless Void, or without Faceless Void, rather, the Roche. And even with Faceless Void, it'll still be a little bit trying. Like, without Chrono, it's going to be, like, you know, they might still come and contest you. But they're probably just getting a read. Like, there's no exorcism. Like, we probably have a little bit of a window. So Dire scan just to make sure.
I'm starting to get that feeling you get as a caster when you know the game is going to go 80 minutes long.
Yeah.
Do you have the same tingling?
Yes, 100%. Because I think Navi are, like, playing better and, like, making good moves, but I don't think their heroes let them win easily. So it feels like they're going to, like, run into the brick wall, like, 20 times. And even if they play better, I feel like this game is harder for them.
Yeah.
And, like, quite hard at that rate.
I mean, yeah, the way the Roger's been playing as well with these force staffs and tosses. If you isolate one of these heroes, make life hard for NaVi, but right now they're the ones posturing around the Roche pit.
Lace is just staring at Roche, hoping that does something. It's like, man, we really can't do this, guys.
Get him with the damage over time.
Oh, he's got level 3 chakrams. That's a big increase in damage at the very least. Got a Deso now as well, and Nikki Cool.
Ooh. No shard or anything on the Timbersaw yet, though. Feels like Flamethrower is going to be one of the tools that they desperately need to utilize, especially against buildings.
Need a big blast off play. I mean, the Chrono into the arrow was perfect. That's kind of stuff they need. And now with the shard, like, you actually have blast off into arrow, right? Because the range is massive, and he doesn't even have the Aether yet. So that is pretty cool. So by level 15, this techies will be very valuable. Blast off into arrow, into walrus punch. Okay, all right, I'll see some stuff, actually.
The high ground, though. DarkSide, they hold it in a vacuum wall. The two of them, Techies, Mirana, both having to relinquish their lives. As the freezing field slows down the Timbersaw for a second, V-Tune does have a Chrono, but he's holding, being patient with it. Frostbitten, forced to BKB and time walk away a little further. Now the Chrono, DP and that Tiny caught inside. Song, as the BKB ends, they're trying to catch out this Faceless Void, and Ramsey's finally arriving on the scene of the crime. He's ready to battle. Toss back, V-Tune, he's caught up into the frostbite of the avalanche from Roger. Age is claimed up already, and now can they kill him twice? With the Orchid they can absolutely shred through NaVi.
Well, that was a sick wraparound play. Didn't see that one coming from the high ground behind them. And they get absolutely bopped from behind. Perfect combos from the vacuum. Oh no.
Cancels the TP of Lays. A bonus kill coming, and then Snare will follow him, but he's got the Lotus Orb. A few seconds of peace as the toss onto the Timber. Jumping around. This Naga Siren's on a trampoline. They've got another silence on him, but Timber has the Timber chain. Cancelled, though, by the Roger Avalanche. Very well timed, and now surrounded by, what, 4 heroes? DarkSide has flipped the switch and said, right, there we go. Time to play some Dota 2.
Yeah. Oh, nice arrow, though. Dignity arrow right there. Slow down that push. And Roger hunting, just thinking, could be in here. Better keep an eye on this potential Mirana plays. Oh, it's a hard game, Gary B. It's a hard game. I really think you need to outplay so hard as NaVi for this W.
Yeah, it's at the point now where Naga needs to die. If Naga doesn't die, you are losing the fight.
And even if they even this game up, like, it just feels so hard again. It feels like you're back to just square one by getting even. It's not like, and then we have to like win this fight. It's like, no, then we need to like build a new formula. We have to find some way to stop this Naga side from just doing Naga things.
Yeah, genuinely, when was the last time Na'Vi had more than one hero across the river? Like, Timbersaw has been top tier 2-ish, but the other 4, it feels like they've just been Radiant Side River the entire game.
Yeah. I think, as much as I love Tusk, I'm actually not the biggest fan of the mid Tusk. Like, I definitely think it has its games and everything, but I think that you should be more prepared to put it on the 4. Like, I think they picked it a little bit early here. Unless, well, or maybe they just shouldn't have taken the techies, but I feel like this mid Tusk is very reliant. It's kind of like the Primal Beast issue again. It's basically the same problem. It's like the same item build, the same concepts and ideas, and if you're not getting those kills, the game gets hard. Like, he's 6-1 and 5. It's not like he's played poorly necessarily, but you just have to have a almost immaculate game for it to work.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of it. Feels like a similar problem, like you mentioned the Primal Beast, but to like Mars mid as well, where you're investing in this blink, and if you don't get that utilization from your jump, catch, kill potential, then your hero's kind of wasted. You know, he's running around trying to farm, looking for like this. It feels like their smokes shouldn't have been looking for head-on fights, but looking for pickoffs. If they can hunt the Naga, find a kill there, and like step by step open space on the map to then look for your next move. But it feels like Na'Vi have been so focused, and understandably so with the Faceless Void on a team, on big head-on-head clashes, that they've kind of lost track of the rest of the map against a Naga.
Yeah, and I really despise lineups with no objective taking core. And I'm not even that, greedy. I don't even need like a tower take or whatever, but like at least someone who can like do Roche. It's nice, Yeah. Someone who can hit towers is also really nice. It doesn't have to be both.
That's why I want the Timber Shard.
I know, the flamethrower, burn it down, baby.
That's super nice.
It's not that great though, I gotta say. It's
when you've got nothing else.
Something.
When you've got nothing else, it's something.
Loaded to the gills.
And on the flip side, DarkSide, they've got DP. They've got Naga. Split push and shove up high ground. Like, just looking at bottom lane, double wave with the catapult. Na'Vi, they don't want to do it, but they have to. You have to keep coming back and dealing with this wave push. There's complete freedom for the rest of DarkSide now to farm back.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower.
Nice pocket of safety for Ramses to utilize.
Look, it's kind of fun.
Sweden Strong and Lay's a little bit lost. Just planting mines wherever they can and shoving out mid-wave.
Yeah, and the double-edged sword to a game where it feels like Na'Vi are lacking in options also means there's pretty much no urgency for DarkSide. Like, they're not going anywhere on the Radiant side. They're not farming. We're farming. We have pretty good vision still up there, too, from that cliff ward that never got dewarded. So they know that they're moving in towards the Ancients area up there. And they're just chilling, pushing in bot and waiting for a response.
Yeah, now we hit that brick wall where you were looking for damage to put into Chrono, and we're definitely starting to feel the effects of that. DP seems unkillable in Chrono. She's got Kaya Sanj, BKB. Naga, Skadi is done. She's going to bring it out in a second or two.
Don't look now,
So the two heroes that you want to kill are unkillable.
Yeah, DB doesn't even feel that pressure. She's going Scythe. Like, she's not even buying another tankiness item of, like, a Shiva's or something. She's like, or Aeons. Nah, I'm good. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, Darkseid's got Greaves' Pipe. You've got 3 unkillable heroes, then you've got your Tiny, who's got 4 staff blink, tossing people around, and it's like Seneco's the only one that has to be actually worried for his life.
They actually gave the tome to DK Fogos. He's only level 17. But yeah, he's going Scythe too, which is kind of surprising. Double Scythe.
Against the Faceless Void. He's the be-all and end-all of this Na'Vi lineup, it feels like.
Man, Ramses is probably just going to buy one next too. Might as well. Triple Scythe.
Hell yeah.
Sounds just insulting at that point.
But in Dota 1, there used to be rules against that. In Dota 1 leagues and tournaments, you could only buy 2 Sides of Ice, or 2 Necronomicons, or 2 Yules. Like, there were item limitations in Dota 1 leagues. Because it was rude and disrespectful.
What about the cowards?
I mean, we had to have rules for, like, backdooring back then, because we didn't have backdoor protection. So it's like, you're not allowed to take a tier 2 before, you take a tier 1 or stuff like that. You're not allowed to go behind, you're not allowed to go behind creep waves.
That's actually really funny.
Like there's so many little things like that where it had to be written into rule books that Dota 2 have just added naturally in the game, which is so nice.
Just pausing the game. Excuse me.
You're not allowed to backdoor.
That Trent just hit a tier 2. You'll be assessed a 100 gold penalty. Pink player, drop your boots. You need to destroy your boots right now.
Yeah, I think that's what you had to. If you bought like 2 mechs or something, you literally had to just go sell it. Oh, they got a jump on V-Tune. Gets his BKB off though. But that's now on cooldown for 90 seconds, so a massive window for DarkSide to exploit.
All right, it's time to do what all casters do and figure out how to win this game as NaVi. I'll help you, NaVi. Quick, turn up the commentator audio and a translator, because I know the English isn't that great, but that's okay. So what we need here is techies first. All right, into the arrow, get a pick. Techies 4 staffs out. There has to be the Naga killed first, and then the Dire panic. Okay, they're in full panic mode. We get chased down. They got an okay chase. Multiple jumps, Timber Saw, Tusk with Blink and Snowball, arrows. They just need to hit every spell.
Yeah.
Kill Naga Siren first. And then do that all while Exorcism's on cooldown. Easy game. All right.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. All right.
Very
so first
cool.
we gotta bait Exorcism.
Step 1.
Step 1.
It's like my go-to would just be like,
they're good at that.
my go-to would just be like, they need a 5-man chrono, but even that doesn't feel like it's gonna win them a team fight.
Yeah, I didn't even include the chrono. I have some assumptions.
Oh.
You know, we are in the 1 point in the ultimate meta, by the way. You know, we had the 1 point in the Shock'em earlier, the 1 point in Chrono, the 1 point in Doom is very common. Everyone's just like, you know, these other points, they don't make that big of a difference.
Mana cost, not worth it.
Yeah.
What is the difference? 0.5. Is Chrono one of the, if not the worst scaling spells in the game?
Yeah, it's pretty bad now. Like, the cooldown only going to 140. Remember when Ags was like 60 seconds or something? You could auto void with it. Oh, good times.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting though.
Yeah, that was really gross. It wasn't actually good times.
Oh, NaVi, do they? I sense blood in the water a little bit here. They're trying to scramble towards them, but they're back in the wall. And Rebel straight in onto that faceless void. V-Tune gets annihilated. And now the chase is on. Roger will hunt them down. Lays trying to slip away. The snowball back towards Roger. Jump out with a blink dagger as well. With Nikki Cool slipping away. Malady and Sweden Strong getting towards the high ground and dodging the silence as well. But Ramses, he's forced out forward. The ensnare catching Timbersaw there. But there we go with a blast off in. Turns into a piggy and the techie's about to be demolished. DarkSide are swarming the Radiant base. And NaVi just have no recourse. No answers for so many questions being posed by DarkSide. Roshan's alive in 20 Gary. And just they baited Exo, did they?
Step one. Exorcism used.
But if I was,
Yeah, they lost one, but that's okay. He'll be back. He didn't burn Chrono. Okay, step 1 complete. Well done. Claps for NaVi. Okay. There's no Exorcism.
Okay.
Now next fight. Wait,
just don't die,
guys. Don't fight.
DP's dived in. Buyback from Sweden Strong. Tusk caught up in the ensnare and the blast off misses, so Ramsey's able to stand his ground and fight even within the mines, and a 3-man vacuum dragging them all back in towards the DP. Well, the Walrus Punch holding her in place for a second or two. Rabel, no real escape, and now Blink was on cooldown and the song comes too late, so they take down the DP in step 1 into step 2. 1 foot in front of the other, and they are marching forwards towards some kind of comeback.
They need a big smoke. Yeah, actually, no TP out, but not able to catch him. My goodness, he is speedy. Oh, actually, he stopped for a second.
Oh, the Silver Edge.
They need to smoke out with this Chrono right now, right? I don't think they have a choice.
Meanwhile, Malady's dying to Naga illusions.
Help.
Team. Wait, hang on. What's happening here? Timbersaw? Oh, he chased all the 3-man. Chrono, V-Tune. He's whacking away at Darkseer. Do they have the damage to kill off a single hero? Doesn't look like it. Okay, finally DK Focus falls. But it's a lot of expenditure from Navi, and V-Tune is being shredded. The Frostbite up to the high ground forces the man to style out. But Nikki Cool, Snowball save. Buy time for this. V-Tune faces Void. They've got the Avalanche to catch him, though. The damage not coming fast enough. V-Tune, the toss back, bouncing around with the Lotus Orb up. And Nikki Cool is just trying his hardest. Bless him. The poor fella's been ensnared by the Naga now. And Ramses, he's untouchable. The Naga will get a double kill and chase on towards Lays. He's slapping around with his seal totem to try and create a gap. But the bridge, it's been closed up, blown up, destroyed by Roger and Ramses.
Dude, Seneko just hit so many frostbites. He has Aether Lens and Eye of the Vizier, plus the 125 frostbite cast range, and he's literally he just was non-stop. He used his entire mana pool on frostbites, just catching everyone that whole time.
Oh, and Exo's back up as well. Buybacks coming in from NaVi, holding the tusks for now.
Look how far it is.
Jeez.
It's outside of the range when you hyphen it. Like, that doesn't even show the full range.
Oh, wow. Hello? I mean, this DP has no fear. Just jumps into tier 4 towers, doesn't care. Malerax down, and DarkSide, they will use this opportunity to retreat. Roshan's alive, but Exo expiring in a couple of seconds. NaVi, now's your chance. Dar Observer Ward sees them smoke, though. They know, I mean, even without the Obs Ward, they know this move's coming.
Yeah, and there's no chrono, too, so it's tough, but we need the big jump. We need an arrow to hit, too. They really need everything.
And they
Very
show
hard through illusions.
Ramses.
Oh, Ramses. Ramses going for the big setup. He's like, you got vacuum? You got vacuum? Oh, come on, do it.
Didn't want to walk into the sentries. The squadron of couriers from Dire just like flying out with all these new items they've got. Aghanim Scepter coming in for Tiny. For Tiny. Position 4 Tiny, scaling like a madman.
Get the song into vacuum.
Oh man, now you're talking.
Yeah, now we got combos.
Oh boy.
Roger just sells all his other items and buys a Chrysalis.
Seneko nearly has an Octarine core on Crystal Maiden.
He needs more frostbites. He's running out.
Radiant's middle barracks just
You know?
Do you have like perma
6 seconds
uptime?
is too long.
With Octarine, do you just perma frostbite people?
No, not quite. I mean, almost though.
And do quite a good job. A jump in from DarkSide. Mirana just dying to illusions again, and they drop the wall on V2. So he's got a couple of illusions chasing him. Good blast off from Sweden Strong, but it is just unrelenting sustain and damage from DarkSide. DK Focus half HP, but he's a Darkseer with a Greaves and a Pipe and another Scythe of Ice in a second as the Snowball. It only bought a second of time for Nicky Cool. Dead without buyback, and Timbersaw hexed up and trees lobbed at him. He's a tanky fella, but surrounded by 5, not gonna last long now. No buybacks here. And all you got left is a Faceless Void with Chrono. GG called, they know it's over. Come on, V2, just one more. It's off cooldown, use it. Nah, Roger says no, not a chance in hell. 2-1 victory here for Ramses and the DarkSide boys over NaVi.
Yeah, a very decisive game 3. Where NaVi, they picked themselves into a very fast-paced lineup, which did work in game number 1, of course. That's how they took the victory, and sort of doing away with some of these conventional notions of like things that are required in your draft. They just tried to fight it out, win their lanes hard, and then go for the victory from there. I feel like in this one, then unfortunately they really did not get the pressure in the lane that I was hoping for. I go back to that because I think that was so key for this lineup to work. Like I feel like they really had to get this constant pressure of the techies, and I just didn't feel that presence at all. You compare to Sweden Strong's Ricky in game 1.
Yeah.
And how he's able to really aid them in objectives. We didn't see that much at all here.
Yeah, I'm just looking like 10 minutes in, Timbersaw, top of the net worth, that's where he's meant to be. And from there on, he kind of just like, stays and then drops down to like 3rd, 4th place. While Techies is continually bottom 3 net worth the entire game.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Very, very unusual picks here. I really feel like they should have just thrown this Tusk to a 3. And like, yeah, sure, it's not the best 3, but I feel like Lina, like, at least you have a chance at winning this game. That seems so much stronger to me with this lineup of NaVi by replacing it with a Tusk 3 and a Lina mid than what they wound up with here. Because this was just like such a low % chance to win. And DarkSide, just very balanced lineup. Again, the DK Focus Darkseer doing some work. Not the flashiest, but gets the Greaves, the Auras. Obviously, a lot of pub offlaners right now are about the Guardian Greaves. And I think we can see why. It just allows you to group up and stay safe. Keeps the game pretty simple, and Roger popped off again too. Yeah,
like with so many continual fights, and you've got like you were calling out the frostbites from Seneko, right? They've got multiple tosses, multiple jump vacuums, and these iron shells on everyone. And honestly, Seneko is 1-1 and 22. He only died once there on the Crystal Maiden as the one hero that could potentially die. Everyone else was so damn tanky. I just felt that game at the end of the draft, you kind of look at this, Darkseer Naga, and you know that the map is going to get constricted, it's going to get small and tight for NaVi, and like every opportunity that they get, they have to utilize it to the fullest. They need to get a couple of kills in Chrono, turn it into a tower, but then there was your point about tower damage, and Roshan taking was lacking. It's a difficult one from the onset there for NaVi. So a 2-1 victory for DarkSide as we round out our first day of Eastern Europe DPC here.
According to my breakdown, Vtune bashed Naga once? Tiny
only?
once? That's I mean, look at the time lock.
Where do you see this?
Oh, sorry, he might have bashed her twice because he did 57 damage with time lock in the breakdown.
In breakdown time? Oh yeah, look at that.
It's like no damage. He like didn't hit anyone this game.
Huh.
Or he just got really unlucky. That can't be right.
Just blame RNG. Yeah.
Yeah. Surely something's not correct in those numbers.
Yeah, something a bit weird going on there, but there we go. Yeah, 2-1 victory. A very good start. We always talk about the DPC, the kind of extended league format. Getting wins early is so important. The amount of times, it's covering all the South American regions. I've seen a team that you expect, Beast Coast, you expect to be winning every game, and they lose their first series. You're like, oh shit, we're gonna have like a 3-way tie now. But yeah, DarkSide with Darkseer cementing a victory early on and looking pretty good against NaVi. We've got some cleaning up to do in terms of drafting and figuring out how they want to be playing. But yeah.
Well, especially because a big difference this time, we're not playing one game a week. We're extending that. We are shortening the extended season now. Much cleaner, just 3 quick weeks. NaVi playing 2 days versus Team Spirit.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's a bit rough. Yeah.
Very, very important series. Yeah, lots of action to come. So make sure stay tuned. Check out the Liquipedia. Make sure you got all the knowledge of the calendar in your brains. That's it from me and Trent today. I think we're back on Tuesday, Wednesday. We're back next week in 4 days.
Tuesday.
Okay, very good.
The 10th, right? Aren't we? Or are we not casting that?
I think we're on the 12th. I think that's our next game.
Well, there will be Eastern Europe will be back on the 10th. So
there we go. Absolutely. Yeah. That's it for us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Until then.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.